Hello. Happy Sunday, all. How are we doing? All is well? Good. Good. I'm almost all is well. Almost. We're getting there, man. We're trying. We're trying. Shoulder still feeling it. Might have to go to like a chiropractor or something, figure out what the hell's going on. Think something's wrong. Oh, they said it can last a couple weeks, but I'm like, oh, can it? Can it? Oi. It hoits. It hoits. Get that shoulder yoga? Yeah, man. Seriously. It's like shoulder. It's like Flash getting old. Seriously. Shoulder going into like lower neck. Yeah. Yeah. Papa, welcome in. How are you? Welcome in, friends. Oh, it is a comfy, cozy day, and I think it is absolutely necessary. So, under the hat is just another hat. Yeah, under the hat, you need to think of it like Hey Arnold, how he's got like that little hat on. It's just one of those under there. Yeah. Take any painkillers? I took some. The doc gave me some muscle relaxers. That didn't seem to do too much. I think I do have a pinched nerve. Yeah. From what? I don't sleeping. I did something. I don't know what I did, but it happened like a week and a half ago, and I'm still feeling it, which is annoying. Super annoying. But other than that, everything is great. Besides that, how many hats do I have? Many. They all look like this. They all look like this. Lavender, how are you? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever experienced one before. This is kind of my foist. And it's not good. The joys of growing old. Man, it was like night and day though. We were like, I can't do cartwheels, but I could attempt them and be fine. But like all of a sudden it just snapped. I was like, oh, what happened, man? Yeah. But I dealt with lower back issues even when I was younger, just because I heard it while I was working. So I think it partially has like a mixture of both. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fritz, hello, how are you? First time catching the stream. Welcome in. Hello. Any tips for the gin? Depends on how you're trying to figure it out. Yeah, if you're trying to differentiate a gin, you can tell when it's hunting by having the power on, getting distance, and it will sprint at. It'll be normal speed when it doesn't see you, and then once it sees you, it'll sprint at you, and then within 3 meters, it'll slow back down again. So listen to make sure you hear a normal speed ghost, and then get line of sight at a distance, and it will sprint at you. A dead giveaway for a gin. Yeah. I'm weirdly comfortable. I'm going to put that down as like my tagline. That's my new tagline. I like that. Damon, hello. Welcome in. Venny, how are you? Yuki. Oh, any news on a patch to fix anything that you hear patch wise, whatever it may be, when I find out, you find out. In other words, I'm unlikely to find out anything sooner than you. So if you're in their Discord, all that stuff, then you'll be able to get all the information there, just like me. I get it at the same time that you guys do. Mystic, thank you for the subs, dude. Oh my god. Thank you, dude. Ay. But we're gonna take it easy today. Hopefully I can last the entire time. That's the goal here. We will see how it goes. I iced it a bit. So it's like I have a football injury. I don't play sports. It's like, oh my god. Last time, Lord, thank you for the prime. Welcome back. 14 months. My god. We are good, man. Yeah, we're good. We're gonna play some Phas today. Sundays are comfy, cozy days. Nice and chill. So let's open up the game. Yeah. Baggy boy, welcome in. Oh no, I appreciate it. Thank you, Zach. No, I appreciate it. Trust me. If there's one thing I know my limits. If there's anything, I don't push myself so far that I'm going to purposefully injure myself. So if it's like, I can't do this anymore, I'll stop. I've done that with migraines before because I'm also somebody that gets migraines all the time. I've had them since I was a kid. I know when I can't do stuff. I know. Oh my God. I guess no sodies today. What do you mean? They're there. They're here. What do you mean? They're in the fridge. Oh, Iron Lady. I know so many of our friends that get them, and I feel so bad, man. I feel so bad. They're the worst. The absolute worst. For sure. Steph, holy hell, 32 months. Damn. Hot damn. Steph, thank you for the 32 months. Holy crap. That's a long time. I am good, Diesel. Thank you. Also, represent Gaga, another lovely bean. Please make sure you check out Gaga. Gaga's a homie. Please make sure to represent. Good enough. Thank you for the 5. Welcome in. Oh my God. You got your mug yesterday. How is you like? Migraines are it's hard to describe them to somebody that's never had them before, right? Like when somebody asks you to describe it, they're like, oh, is it like so it's like a headache. I'm like, no, it is not like a headache. No, I have to pace in a room that is dark looking for a spot that has relief so I don't vomit. It is the worst. Yeah. The worst. Oh yeah, we have blackout curtains. We have all this stuff. Yep. Absolutely. I love it. It's a great mug. Oh, I love them, dude. I love them. What's under the shirt? Another Gaga shirt? Maybe. Don't call me out. How dare you? Basically a headache that's so painful, literally. Yeah. Absolutely. JD, thank you for the 10. Hate them. They're the worst. All right. That's enough talk about pain. We need to get to happy talks. Someone start something happy. Unicorns, Skittles, whatever. I don't care. Does doing the Twitch Turbo thing still pass on any support to you? No, it still does support. That's the really cool thing about Turbo. Yeah, like Mayor said, if you have Turbo and I run an ad, it still counts you as watching that ad. Yeah, that's the nice part. Frogs riding on unicycles. There we go. Artist. We just gave someone an idea. You're welcome to draw that if you'd like. Hey, Salty, how are you? Oh my goodness gracious. But I appreciate you guys coming back. Last stream was a little crazy. I was talking to my wife about this. I said, it can be really easy to overstimulate somebody. I am one of the said people that gets overstimulated a bit easy. I'm usually fine, but I will separate myself. I'm like, there's too much happening here. I need to separate. So there was a lot that happened last time, and I appreciate you guys. If you do get overstimulated, sticking around. I understand if you need to step away, mute the stream, whatever it may be. Dude, I get it. I do it to others. It's like, I want to support them, but holy shit, this is a lot. I'm going to mute the stream for now and do the things. So yeah, because we have lots of people doing lots of different things. You might be hanging out, watching the stream, doing nothing. You might be doing dishes. You might be working on homework. You might be actually working and just have a stream in the back. When there's a lot happening, it's really hard to focus. So I get it. I totally understand. So thank you guys. Wild and crazy. Wild and crazy. Oh my goodness. I got a question about the little microphones. I see you can put them in different directions. Does it matter what position they're in? What a fantastic question. Somebody literally just commented on one of my videos and said something about them, asking if it's possible to maybe do a video that's primarily focused on them. I might do that at some point. I want to have a little bit better of an idea of what kind of video I want to make rather than just like, hey, we'll do a ghost hunt and show you things. I would rather be a little better than that. I want to do that for those, and I also want to do it for these. These are underrated AF. These are so underrated. Firewolf, welcome in. Oh, thought that horses were unicorns without horns. I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe. That's fine. Listen, we're not going to dog you for having your beliefs. They don't get used enough, and they're amazing. They're such a useful tool. They are so freaking useful. Yeah. Hey, Tika. You always use, they're so great. They're so useful because we have so many times where people, holy shit, is the lens that long? Oh, I guess it's just the POV. Okay. I was like, damn, dude. Holy shit. It's like a 70 to 200 on that bad boy. Hey, Cozy. But yeah, we'll warm up. We'll warm up with a nightmare here when we get our cozies going. We'll warm up with a nightmare, and then we'll go from there. What is the fastest way to level up? Just really high multiplier games. It's what I always tell people. If you're looking to just level up fast, that's the way to do it. Really high multiplier games. That might not be easy for you, but if you're looking for a way to level up fast, that's the answer to that question. If the answer to the question is, if the question is, how can I level up quickly while playing at a certain difficulty? That's a different story. That is different. Thank you guys for the hype train. Appreciate you, friends. I still have to mark down what the highest is from last time because I need an official note. Oh, I should have looked now. Oh, well, we'll do it later. Mystic. You know, I have tried that once. That didn't go well. Oh, shit. It didn't go well. No. Mystic, thank you for the biddies. It was not good at all. I spent like 5 to 10 minutes trying to get the key because I was having chat. I was blindfolded in a sense, but chat was telling me what to do. So I was looking at chat and it was having them tell me where to go, and I couldn't see the screen. It didn't go well. It wasn't good. Not good. Migraine meds. Not good for you or the viewer. Oh, both. Both. I mean, you want to sit there and watch me do that for 30 hours? Med check. Everybody take your meds. I haven't had to take as much recently, but still have to. Hi, Sinister. How's the shoulder? It's okay. It's okay. I think I slept on it wrong, which made it like again. So it made it even worse. It's like awesome. Seems like a good challenge. Does it though? Does it seem like a good challenge? I don't know if it does. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Desiree, just got the game yesterday. Any tips? Yeah, take your time learning. You're going to watch some people that are going to try to speed you through the process of learning this game. And I think what makes it so enjoyable is being able to take it in bite-sized pieces to learn it at your pace. So doing the tutorial at your pace, going into amateur, figuring out what the map looks like, learning what the ghosts can and can't do, as in like during a hunt. It is absolutely worth it to take your time. When you go, I would go into Tanglewood, add nothing, walk around, learn the rooms. The sooner you learn the maps, the more comfortable you're going to feel going around trying to get away from it. Because if you don't know the map that well and you go in, you're in the kitchen and you go to the hallway, you're like, shit, was the garage that way? Basement? I don't remember. The more you play, the repetition will help you remember the map. And then once you know the map layout and you know, I walk in Tanglewood, living room's in front of me, I go to the right, I have dining, I have kitchen, basements to the left, garages to the right, I have a miniature laundry between. That in your head, when you're running through the house for your life, trying to survive, it will kick in. And you won't have to be like, and run to a corner. Knowing your hiding spots is a really, really good thing too. Knowing where you can hide and where you can't. So in Tanglewood, you're going to have closets, lockers. Those are going to be hiding spots. There's one in nursery, which is on the left-hand side. If you make a left when you enter the door and you go to the second, you go to your 1, 2, 3, third door on the left, not including closets. In the nursery, that spot can be blocked behind the crib. But when it's open, there's a box on top of it. That's an open spot. You can hide there. Yeah. You just have to crouch down. Yeah. How do you keep all the ghost behaviors in mind? Just repetition, man. Again, the more you play, the more you retain, the more you can learn because you already know these things. If you already know that a wraith can walk through salt, you don't need to think about it that much. You go to the next one. So I know that wraiths can walk in salt. I know that the banshee can scream at me on the parabolic microphone. I know that the Revy, when it senses me, is going to steamroll at me like a train. That stuff stays with you. And every time you're looking at these different ghosts and you're trying to understand what each of them can do, it's a little bit easier each time. Yeah. The Phasmo cheat sheet, awesome tool. Amazing tool to understand ghost speeds, especially if you're going to do custom difficulties. For sure. Yeah. Did I see a Tash in there? Hi, Tash. My beautiful friend. Last Odin, I'm good. How are you? Oh, we're just getting our stretch on. Oh, we're rolling the shoulder. Every time I got a revy, I won't lie, I poo a little. That's okay. We do too. I mean, I have over 3K hours in... I have over 3K hours in this game, and I still poo a little bit when a revy comes running at me. I think it's inevitable. I think it's okay. We're gonna start today. You know what? We're gonna go to Bleasy Street. I never started Bleasdale. I never started Bleasy. All right, let me get this rolling. Let me get these things started, and then we'll be ready to rock. I still poo a little? Yeah. What ghost can laugh in the spirit box? None of them. I don't think there's any line at any point that's a laugh. Flash is very demure. This is very true. Very mindful. Thank you. At least somebody gets it. Damn. Listen, man. Okay. Yeah, I know a few people that are like, they fear every ghost at all times, and that's why they stay alive so much, is because in their head they think, I'm gonna get got right now, and if the ghost is gonna start hunting right now, how do I survive? So I think it's a really good mentality to have, in my opinion. If you're trying to live, just think that the ghost can get you at all times. Yeah. Hi, Twig. Oh, hey, how are you? Alrighty, do a little nightmare at Bleasy. Do I have any equipment? Oh, the tier 3. I forgot. Anything else? No? No? Okay. Normally I am people ask all the time. They will ask why I use lower tier equipment. And certain things, it's just a preference. I like using the tier 1 smudge or incense because it doesn't change the speed of the ghost. But this time through, I've just been upgrading as time's been going on. So if I get an upgrade, I just upgrade. I use the tier 2 a little more, use the tier 3 a little bit more. It just, it changes up the game for you. If you use the same things over and over and over, it's going to get really repetitive and really boring. So you gotta spice it up a little bit. Gotta spice it up a little bit. I had a Dio making noise in the spirit box without me asking. Oh, we call that like an angry growl. If it was a Dio, yeah, that's a special Dio response. That would be what that is. Yep. Yep. It's waning. Dude, I don't, when was the last time I had a blood moon map? Does anyone even remember? Yeah, it sounds like that. Thank you, Reactor. Oh my god. Was it Woodwind? Yeah, and that was like forced, wasn't it? I think so. Reactor, thank you for the 2 months. Are we getting spicy? Endless? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Katrina, hello. The Dio was, it's just an angry growl. Well, that's interesting. When was the last time we had blood moon? Huh. There's roughly a 4% chance of you getting a blood moon map. Just to be clear. The blood moon's now just aesthetic, right? No. No. The blood moon, the effects that it does to the ghost and to your sanity and all that, it happens with this. Yes, sir. Godspeed. Well, I guess we got to be a little bit careful there, SpongeBob. We're going to go in like normal because, well, oh boy, it's going to hunt me so fast. It's going to hunt me so fast. Hey, Storm. I got one the other day. Oh, you were farming XP. Should I go in with a smudge? You know what? I think I should. I think that would be in the best interest of our health. We should do that. When you open the door, it's the blood moon, you leave. That's fair, man. That's absolutely fair. Casey, Yetting, thank you. It's up to you guys. If you get a blood moon and you want to... Oh, that looks really nice, though. Even though the trees are kind of bugged and they don't look right, still, though, that looks pretty good. You might not be interested in playing this. when I get them, I'm going to play them. So we'll see. Hi, Nathan. What if there's a challenge mode where the sanity level follows you as well? Follows you as well as whatever equipment you use or leave behind stays gone. I might need to read that again. Oh, excuse you. You had 10 blood moon straight? You lie. What are the chances of that? You lie. You haven't had one yet? It's a low percent chance, man. 'Tis a low percent chance, but Ghosty's going to be a bit more active. Our sanity is going to drain quickly. The ghost is roughly, I hate it here, roughly 115% speed. I hate it here. But look, it's not during the event, so these lights aren't red. Thank God. Hey, Harshal, how are you? Played the event twice. Got killed by a banshee on amateur immediately. Nice. Sounds like fun. That sounds like a blasty blast. The red lights was really the only thing I didn't really enjoy. I mean, it was fine for a spell of a time, but I was kind of done with it. The candles were sick. Yeah, I like that. I wish that there was... Oh, hi, Frank. I wish that the houses, like every single map was decorated for the red whenever you get the blood moon. That'd be awesome. All right, well, I don't think we have a ghost. We can leave. Eds, how are you? I've heard nothing. Diddly. What's up, Henry? Doing good. How are you? Must be stuck in traffic. Oh, the ghost? Maybe. You're not up here, are you? What the what is that? What the? What? Excuse me? I'm really not digging this whole the ghost doing nothing on a blood moon. That's not very fun. It's gonna start hunting. Forgot to stay in that part of the wall. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. Hello? Oh. A knife. All right, we found it. Oh, pfft, now it throws something. What a jerkhole. There it is. There it is. Hey, Squeeze, how are you? It's not taking a spooky... It better not be. It's in the living room. If it's taking a spooky dookie, well, then I really have to call the cleaners. We're gonna take one of those guys. We're gonna take one of these. Got the camera in there. Get the dots. Get the book. Get the stuff. What's my opinion about the blood moon? I think it's fine. I think it's cool, I guess. I like the idea of the blood moon. I just hate that we can't choose it. It being a 4% chance and then just it is what it is kind of sucks. Herbs. We have herbs. Now we just need spices. By the way, if you want the dots to move, but you don't want to hear the damn volume, take them and put them on one of these. Don't place it here, place it on here. And then it can move without making any noise. That's what we used to do before they allowed us to actually stop them. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I saw my breath. We might have freezing for all we know. My Sunday's good. How was yours, Bliss? So if you get the blood moon map, the ghost speed is... No. The ghost speed is not 150. We think that the speed is increased by 15%. Whatever ghost it is. So, obviously, that's going to be a bit different between, like, a Revy, a Dio, a Jin, whatever it may be. You can stop the dots. You can stop the dots. Yes. Yes, you can. Steph, thank you for the 12 months. Welcome back. What's up, Minnie? Gorbs. Hey, Shirlene, I'm good. How are you? Yeah. I like it. I do. It's cool, I guess. I think the hard part, especially with the Blood Moon, is that if you're a new player, you have no information as to what the Blood Moon does. You know that it is raining Kool-Aid and that's all you got. That's it. So then you have to go to third-party resources to try and figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah. Since when can you stop tier 3 dots? Oh, God. It's been a while. How long has it been? It hasn't been forever or anything, but it's definitely been in the game for a while. All right, let's go check for some of. I could probably take another one of the. Oh, I can't. I haven't lost that much sanity. Interesting. I'm on Nightmare, but we just so happen to run into a Blood Moon. Yeah. Since March? Yeah, it's been a minute. Ghosty. Excuse me. There we go. He's cold. What am I doing? Play Phasmo. What are you doing? So close. I'm gonna go get some salt. If it touched a window or a door, that'd be super helpful, but it's not. Nope. I'll be back. Having popcorn. Nice. Haven't gotten it again, so might not get it lucky. It's, again, 4% chance. It took me like 20 some odd times of loading in and loading out of Woodwind to get it on Woodwind. So it's not like some just you load in and get it because you want it thing. Yeah. All right, we have salt, we have spirit box, we have crucifix. We're ready to rock. Ready to rock. What is the difference between tier 3 thermo and tier 2? The difference between those is the speed and the accuracy. Was that a stuffed animal? What did I hear? Where are you? Are you here? I'm trying to answer. Are you home? Where are you? Are you near? You threw the forbidden pillow. I can't pick it up. Ember, thank you for the 5 months. Hello. Here, we'll do one there. We'll do one over here. And we'll do one over here. There we go. Fruit wedges, thank you for the 4 months. Hello, friends. Phasmo is hard. Phasmo is hard. Yeah. It definitely can be. Ghost, I'm going to do a lap. I need you to walk in the salt. Wait. Okay. That didn't answer anything. Thank you. Excuse me. Who the hell walks like this? What the hell? Crisscross. Slides to the left. All right, so it's not going to be you, meaning it's going to be you or you. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get a Banshee scream. His feet are backwards. That's right. Listen, it happens to the best of us, man. I get it. All right, we're going to bring the parabolic in there. I have a smudge. We need to cleanse, repel, escape. Oh, do I want to try? What I could do. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Different idea. We're going to bring a motion sensor, salt. We're going to go to the back door. Because that's the kind of guy Chinggis is, if you know what I'm saying. Ember! My dude! Thank you so much for the subs. Musa, what's up, dude? Hey, Mandy, how are you? Yeah, I haven't been able to be over there very much because things were bugged on me. But it's fixed now. You son of a bitch. Love the music, yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go there. Actually, you know what? No. Go here. We lay another one down there. We close this a little bit so we can see a little better. Yeah. And you throw this, get whispers. What level do you prestige? When you get to level 100, you can prestige. Yeah. Can every ghost give footprints? No. The ultraviolet is now, like for a while now, it's been considered evidence. So only ghosts that can give you ultraviolet will leave footprints. Yeah. All of them can walk in the salt except for a wraith. However, what the hell was that? Meow, meow. I don't know if I've heard that before. Yeah, 4% chance for a blood moon. Mandy, thank you. 4% chance. What I'm doing right now is kind of a double banshee test. Listening with the parabolic microphone to see if it gives us a scream. Also, I set up salt and a motion sensor beside me to see if the ghost stalks me. It going all the way from the living room all the way to here, unlikely. Unlikely unless it is stalking me. We might have an obake. Walked in more salt. Can all UV ghosts give footsies though? Yes. Yes, they can. Why am I using the tier 2 microphone? Because I don't have a tier 3 microphone. Well, that answers that question. It just gave us both of our tests in one. All right. Go back and get us mud. Nice to meet you, Banshee. It's gonna be a mimic. You shut your butt. You know what sucks about that? It could be, but if it's a mimic or Banshee, we would get either freezing or spirit box. If it's mimicking a Banshee, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be mad. So we'll go back and we'll double check the temps. It better not be. No, we're gonna get some smudges. I think we're going to say hi to Frank upstairs. Yeah. You know what? I've got another one in there. Let's bring this. Calling it now. Why did I cross off Hantu? So I'm playing on Nightmare, and with Nightmare you only get 2 pieces of evidence. You will not get a third, and some of these ghosts have forced evidence, meaning that if you can get evidence, you will get that evidence, no matter what, for that ghost. So it's a little bit easier on Insanity where you can only get 1, because then you know, I got this evidence, it can't be these other ghosts. So the Hantu has forced freezing, meaning you have to get freezing temps to get a Hantu. However, freezing has sucked recently. It's taken a long time to get, but I've gotten orbs and ultraviolet, which means I can't get a third piece of evidence for a Hantu because I'm on Nightmare. This is either, if I were to get freezing right now, oh, Hantu, no, I'm on Nightmare. That would mean mimic. So we're going to check again, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Hey, Shade, good to see you. Am I late for dinner? If you're a mimic, man, I mean you were going to talk. Oh, did you walk in that one? Look at you go. You're my hero. Is that Disturbed Salt? Let's go. Look at you. Stalking me around, being the ghost you're supposed to be. I'm proud of you. I like it. I dig it. Wait, did I just take 1 of that salt over there? I think I did. Stranger Things? That's what I think. Oh. I'm gonna go get another smudge. My sanity dropped awfully effing fast. Am I crazy? Or am I taking crazy pills here? It seemed like it went down awfully drastically. All right, we need to find the bone because I haven't found the bone yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Watching the YouTube start zero evidence runs, Woodwind, having a lot of fun with it. The tips have been helpful. I appreciate you, Rave. Thanks, man. Attic, you know it will be. I'm gonna bring this back inside. Actually, we're gonna wait. Is that the first hunt this round? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Paranormal, how are you? My God. Spicy Pam. Thank you for the 16. What up, friend? Yeah, I panicked a little bit. I wasn't sure if my headlamp was on or not. She was angry. She needs Visine. Is this going to count? Okay. We need to go find the bone. Oh, I can take a picture of Frank. Oh, yeah. Where's the bone? I took so many pills. If you hunt me now, you're just cheating at this point. Just cheating. Shut up. Wait. Sold. Alright, let's get some lights on here. Flashlight would definitely help, but I left it in the truck and I don't feel like going back to look for it. So, it is what it is. Now, with her being on this floor and as a banshee, that means she can't stalk me up here. Oh no, I can hear the dots. One by the front door. No, I took it back with me. No, I made a stupid and I went back there. There's places I haven't checked yet. No cheating. If she stalks us up here, she is cheating. 100% guaranteed. 100%. Looking for the bone. Once we find the bone. Is that always there like that? Henry, thank you for the prime, dude. Is this always here like this? Wait. I'm a little confused. So, is it that... Okay. All right, I'll have to ask about it later, I guess. No? I just don't understand why it's there. Yeah, we might have to come back and check. Because, like, this, I could probably use this. Oh, maybe not. That just went right through it. Never mind. Scratch that. You probably can't. Anime, thank you for the 2 months. Freaking weird, dude. I don't know. Look at that blood moon. It's such a blood moon. Apocrypha, hello. I know. I finally got it to work, friend. Finally got it to work. Graham! Thank you for the prime. Oh, I don't know where the bone is. It's gonna be someone. Shade said the attic, and you know it's gonna be in the attic, right? Move like a man. I've never heard of or seen the ghost move the frickin' coat rack. I've never seen that at all. Yeah. Can you mute the alerts? No, but you could watch the VOD after the stream because that won't have the alerts in it. Did I not go to that back room? I don't think I did. I bet it's in that back room. I bet it's in that back room. Not the ad? I'm not playing ads. If you're getting an ad, I have no idea what you're watching. Like I don't know, mate. Like these feel so randomly just spread throughout now. Like I feel like I'm seeing shit that I don't remember seeing. Like I don't know if I remember this barrel being here. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm not okay, man. We've lost it. We're gone. We're out of here. Like, I don't come to the attic enough. I think that's the problem. I don't come up here enough. Unfortunately, mutes the blurbs. It does. But you can always watch them back in the YouTube live stream. Sanity IRL has been gone. I'm sitting here searching the attic, and you know it's going to be in that room right there. I'm going to go in here. We're going to walk in. I'm going to peek over here, go around the bed, and it's going to be right there. Fuck, it's not there. All right. I don't know where the bone is. I know where the bone is. And that's why you should use the large flashlight when you're trying to look for the bone. It would have stood out so much easier. For some reason, YouTube has pushed you on me. I have to say, I have this game downloaded, never played. It seems like you have fun. Oh, I appreciate you watching, dude. And thank you, YouTube, for pushing Phasmo onto people that don't play it. Oh my god. You listen here, ma'am. Nobody wants none. Son of a... All right. We got all the objectives. We have all of the photos. We have our ghosty. It sure as hell better be. You know what? I smudged you. I'm going back in. We're doing the better safe than sorry technique. Better safe than sorry. Where is my smooge? I mean, not my smooge. Where's the thermo? Thermometer. Where is it? What'd I do with it? Help. Help. Did I take... Oh, I took it back to the truck, didn't I? Oh, no. Oh, no. I took it back to the truck. Is it worth it? I think it kind of is. Again, better safe than sorry, man. If I go back in here and I see freezing, imagine I would have left and it would have been a mimic. I'd have been so mad. Delphine, I'm good. How are you? You like your mimic? Listen, I don't know if this is a mimic or not. I don't think it is, but I love mimics. Mimics are great. Yes? Go on. All right. I'm not seeing freezing. The paw. All right. Bye, Grandma. We'll miss you, Leslie. Hey, Colton, how are you? All right. So, the chance of this being a mimic that mimicked a banshee that also stalked us, what seemed like multiple times, very, very low. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I think we should be good with banshee. Should be all right.
Welcome back.
Blood Moon Banshee. Again, Blood Moon is a 4% chance. It is a 4% chance. Now, the benefit of a Blood Moon is that you get a 10% boost. Which is nice. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like if you get a Blood Moon, it should just be more intense. I feel like it should be more intense, man. Yeah. Playing Nightmare? Yeah, that was Nightmare. Yeah, but Banshee it is. How many times did it use its ability? I don't think something's right. Hold on a sec. Hold on a second. None? Jay, thank you for the 25. Oh, okay. It seems like, okay. It looks like a lot of people are having that problem. Yeah. Chase, welcome in. It looks like multiple people are having that issue. Yeah. Banshee ability displayed incorrectly. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that in the Discord. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. That explains it. How am I doing a blood moon? Anybody can do a blood moon right now. Technically, it's just a matter of chance. It's just a matter of chance. Freestyle, what's up, dude? There's a 4% chance of you getting a blood moon. 4%. And it was the first map that we played after we just said something before starting that round about how, what was the last blood moon I had? Is it the stalking that's being tracked or the screaming? I believe it is the stalking. And it obviously did it. Very, very obviously. But either way, I mean, if you were to look at it and say, oh, it's the screaming. No, it's this. Either way, it said 0. So it's not tracking it. Yeah. Got that streamer luck? Listen, I'm not going to cry. You think I'm going to complain about having that luck? You've lost your mind. You done lost your damn mind. Oh, my word. We're getting there. Do you use all tier 3 when you're level 100? I've been going back and forth. This time around, I have been just upgrading my equipment and moving up with it. If you see clips or anything of me using lower tier, like tier 1 incense and things like that, it's because usually that's what I do. Yeah. Is the bronze apocalypse doable? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, bronze, silver, gold, they're all obviously doable. You wouldn't be able to get the trophies if they were not doable. Yeah. But they're 100% doable. Yeah. I did them in real life. Look, they're right here. I mean, come on, anybody can do it. Oh yeah, the prestige. Yeah, dude. This prestige card is nice. Yeah, look at this one. This one's pretty good. Just keep restarting for better objectives. There you go. If you want to challenge yourself, I'd say go for whatever it gives you and go for it. But like Chain said, if you want a better chance at completing it, go in, look at your objectives. If they really suck and you know it'd be really difficult to get, like crucifix bites and events and stuff, you just redo. Leave, go back in. It's not a big deal. It's really not. Yeah, 12, what's up, dude? Bang, welcome in. Key Straws, thank you for the 16. What is my favorite prestige badge of all time? I don't know. It's hard to say. I really like the prestige 21, even though I don't have it. Even though I don't have it, it's my favorite one. Yeah, bros, please start. No. Glay, thank you for the 27 months. What up, homie? Mr. Glay, how are we doing, friend? Oh, no, 12. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Don't you dare stress it. Fantastic. How are you? I'm good. Doing all right. You know, best we can. Hey, Kaden, how are you? All right. Do you guys want to decide where I go this time? It's Sunday, so it's a chill day. 'Tis a chill day. All right. 1 through 14. You guys choose where we go next. 'Tis your choice. 'Tis your choice. Jay, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. User Patrick, thanks for the follows. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate you. If you guys are not a part of the Discord, I do have one. I do has one. 'Tis there. Discord.gg/FlashForce, and then the rest of the socials are there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God, I might need more ice. I feel it's like here. I feel like it's here. It's here. Here, it's here. Your vote counts once, by the way. It counts once. A lot of mixed bag. I like it. Random Shirley. Oh, real original. Nobody ever picks random. Is that a Matty Poo? Hi, Matt. Chiba, how dare you? You son of a bitch. That bastard. Immediately trying to put me in ice. I hate your face. Oh man, Chiba, I was watching you guys play with Mel. Oh my god, you, Doc, and Eric playing with Mel, dude. It's just always so fun. It's always such a blast to watch you guys play, man. Mystic. Oh shit. Or random. You know it's gonna be random. It's what everybody always chooses, dude. Oh look, random. I never would have known. I can't believe it. Get out of town. No way. That was a blast. I want to go back and watch more of it. Yeah, I only got to watch so much. I want to see more. It was so funny. I'm indecisive. About what, Clay? I choose not. Oh, you chose not to choose. Oh, I understand. Oh, I get it. I get it. All right. Random it is. Jesus Christ. My Lord. My Lord. You like the camp ones? Camp maps are good. Brain lag, dude, that's my life. That's my life. That's my life. I don't know why these are coming through as singles. I don't know why, but Mystic, thank you so much for the subs, dude. Oh my God. What's the difference between Sunny Meadows restricted and non-restricted? On non-restricted, you have the entire map to worry about. On restricted, there's one of 5. Whether it be the male wing, the female wing, the hospital wing, restricted, or the center upstairs. Yeah. So if you're looking to do this guy, here, if you're looking to do this, restricted is the way to go. Because obviously it's going to be one area instead of the entire damn map. Yeah. That'd be the way to go. There it is. Maddie, how's that little cutie patootie, by the way? Why use some level 2 stuff? Because I am level 65 and can't use level 3. You're going to the lighthouse? No, I'm not. It's random. Random means that I'm going to be sent to Willow Street because Willow Street's my favorite. No, it's Grafton. It's fine.
We've arrived.
Do you want to do this? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I forgot. Yeah, we have a soda to do. Great. Back to Black Blood Moon. Blood Moon. No, listen. There's no rain there. I'm safe. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Was hoping for high school. Of course you were. So was everybody else. Cheebs was spamming 12 because he's a jerk face. God damn it. All right. I have a soda to drink and we have ads to run. So we're going to do those before I start the map so you guys don't miss anything. Shut up, Chiba. Yeah, the Blood Moon. Yeah, the Blood Moon will always be the Blood Moon rain stuff. Yeah, always. You're playing Phas, watching Phas? Oh, man. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's too much. That's too much, man. Do it a ting. I'm going to. God, I feel it's so tense. Right there. Ah, fine. Mare silenced you? Damn right she did. Oh, it's peanut butter and jelly. Do what I want. Mare, I do what I want. I like all the questions about why am I using certain tier. Just a blanket statement. I am using this tier because I have to. Because I'm not a high enough level. Yeah. Hyper, how are you, my friend? Might be a Hantu. It could be in anything. It's just like, why are you using that tier? I have to. I'm just going with the levels. I have to. I have to. All right. Let me do this. Once I do this, we're going to run ads so that I can try to, you know, come back from it. And then we'll go into the map. I promise. Picking up the new foster dog. What kind of a doggo is it? Colononi. All right. Imagine not being prestige 20. Hey, Break. What level are you? Just out of curiosity. Taking some. I took the meds that the docs gave me for some like muscle relaxer stuff, but it's only something. Yeah, that's what I thought. How dare you? How dare you? All right. Well, we reached the daily, so as a promise, there it is. Nope, it's not good at all. It absolutely tastes like shit. Oh, I owe you guys merch too. We'll do that after. We won't do that right now. We'll do that after. We won't do that right now. Yeah. I can attempt to give you that. Oh my. Glay, I don't know how I feel about that. It's peanut butter jelly time? Yeah, kind of. It looks delicious. It looks like a peach soda. And it smells like jelly you left out since 2005. Jamie, hello friend, thank you. You got an ad for Nike shoes? I haven't ran ads yet. I'm running ads after this. What do you mean? I have coffee to down this with too. Delish. Welcome into the stream if you're new here. This is what we do. Oh my. Oh man, that just hits you different. Nice shirt. Oh hey. Hey, check out my shirt. I'm gonna try not to barf on it, Gaga. If you guys haven't gotten your Gaga merch, I highly recommend it. Oh. I'm a tiny bit worried about my health. I'm worried about my shoulder. The nasty stuff is fine. Oh, brother. All right, we're good. Was that? No, that was, these are Lester fixins. Lester can go straight to hell. He's a Lady Gaga fan. I'm a Gaga Valkyrie fan. Did the soda have the crust on? You posted a picture of the doggo. Oh, thank you, friend. All right. I know we just did the soda and stuff like that. I'm going to run ads quickly so you guys don't miss gameplay. So this is a perfect time to step away, go get a drink. That's not what I just had. Get a snack, go to the bathroom, take your damn meds, all that stuff. Do that now while I run these. We'll just sit here and chat and wait for you. Okay. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour to remove the pre-rolls for anybody that's not subbed or doesn't have turbo. All right. Oh, holy hell. But what if I want the sodas? Listen, if you want to get them and then post a picture of you, post a video of you drinking them and post it in the Discord, like, please, I would love to see it. There we go. You didn't get any? Sometimes you get served differently. It just depends on your region. Mrs. Flash is good. The kiddos are trying to drive her mad, so she's gonna take them to Sky Zone. Sorry, can't hear, stuck in ads. Man, it sucks to be you, Chiba. I hope that everyone else can see. Let's talk bad about Chiba. What do you guys want to say? You guys have anything mean you want to say about him real fast? He can't hear you. See, look, he's too busy Yoshiing. Oh, Fuzzy, how are you? Welcome in. No, we have 50 seconds left and then we'll be back. 50 seconds. Give me my ads. He's stinky. That's true. Go on. Man, wow. Why is the consensus he stinks? I bet his socks don't match. Well, that's just probably facts. I mean, when he's vacuuming the carpet in his bathroom that his cats use, he has to have different socks. Because if you take one off, it's going to look silly if it was matching the other one. That's weird. Chi was reading all the comments, a single tears just rolling down his face. That's what everyone thinks, huh? Okay. All right. I get it. Oh my God. Ivy, bam. Thank you guys. Jim Jam, hello. No, he played with Mel and Doc and Eric yesterday on Mel stream. You guys should go back and watch it. It's just, they're so funny together. What's the best map on Phas? That's up to you, man. That's totally up to you. My favorite is Willow. Yeah. King Chaos, hello. All right, we're back. We're done. Oh my God. Okay, we're fine. So, such a funny stream. I just realized that Mariah Carey is coming back again. Yeah, she's de-thawing. Your favorite is clearly brown. Okay, wow, that's rude. It's not even true. All right, we did a random. You guys wanted a random. Here we are. We're at Graffiton, so we'll do the things. We have Patricia Shipman. We need to escape, EMF, and firelight. Let's rock. Why is Willa my favorite? I just like the layout. I like the layout a lot. I've liked it ever since it released. Yeah. It's not a Ure. I'm trying to call the ghost before we can get in here. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is also not a chat his ears game. You don't have to smell orbs. Animals. Oh my god. Alyssa. Jim, thank you guys. Rose. I'm glad I can be over there again because it was so annoying that I wasn't able to for a while. I taste the book. You shut your mouth. King, thank you for the biddies, dude. You smell Chiba? You know, ironically, I bet Chiba smells really good. Like, even though everyone here keeps saying that he's stinky, I bet he just smells like a meadow. Ghost, where the hell are you? What up, T? First time joining on Twitch. Love the YouTube videos and the shorts the past couple of months. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Never specified that they smell bad. Well, no, that's what. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. What does stinky mean to you? Ghost! Where the hell are you? Or Batman. Just got the game and it's so confusing. There's a lot to learn, man. Take your time. Take your time. Do the upgraded tripods have a benefit? They do. Less likely for the tripod to get knocked over. And also, once you get to, is it tier 2, they start to rotate? They start to rotate? Man, I love these ghosts that just give themselves away so early. Tier 2 rotates. There you go. Yep. I think they said that tier 3 borderline is borderline impossible for that to get knocked over. So I'm guessing that means that it can, but I haven't seen it happen yet. It's in the living room. Might be. I can hurt the ghost feelings by calling it stinky. It'd be quite ironic if you were in here and stinky. No noise at all. I guess we'll start checking this way. What's up, Nathan? It's always nice when the ghosties make noise early on, because then you have a good sign of where the hell to go. But when they're doing absolutely nothing, all you can do is pace around and check. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Phasmo? How are you doing? Can I German? No, I don't know how to German. I tried last week, but I almost fell over. Nothing. Might be a shade. Pfft. Chances are going up the more it does nothing. Nope, there's no ghost here. We're just gonna leave. Hey, Crimson, how are you? No ghost. You wish you could. Yeah, me too. Don't we all, friend? Don't we all? Thank you, Gabby. Appreciate you. Hey, thank you for the gift, dude. What up, dude? I am LJ. Yeah. Well, this is spicy. Jesus. Okay. It's done literally nothing. It's in there. You like the tier 1? I don't like it anymore. I used to when it was OP, but no, they changed it. Not a fan. How the cozy faz going? It's okay. I think the ghosts are getting the message as well, which I don't want. They're just doing diddly. They're doing nothing. All right, we got these guys. Hit. I found it's quicker, but I hate how, yeah, the fact that it's a mercury thermometer and it goes up and down so inconsistently, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry, PB&J's coming back. Hey, Raven. Early stream? Yeah. On Sundays, I always stream at 1. 1 p.m. EST. You know me. Good. Finished work for the day. Nice. Oh, Ghost has finished work for the day. Oh, not nice. My God. My God. Close. Almost had it. Almost had it. Read a little too fast there. That was my bad. Mobby. Hey, Lid, how are you? 6 p.m. for you? Yeah. Flash, I need some help identifying a ghost. It hunted. Xenon, it's a yokai. You should go upstairs, hide in the closet, and don't leave. Okay? That's my advice to you. I think you should take that for what it is and never leave the house. Just stay there. We'll bring you chips. You'll be fine. What evidence do we have? Nothing. The ghost has done nothing. It has revealed nothing. Sadly, it's a demon. I should have known that. I am the one that knows of all of the demons. I am the one. I am Morpheus. Wait, I'm Neo. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Very unlikely it's Spirit Box. We literally walked with it. We did a walk and talk with the ghost. Very unlikely. I'd say there's a good chance it's going to be freezing. It got cold real fast there. Freezing temps? No, not yet. Not yet. I don't think so. What's my favorite part of the game? My favorite part of the game is... honestly just the mystery of trying to figure out what the ghost is. Yeah. That's the reason I like it so much. That's where the replayability is for me. Trying to solve something. Is that a closed book? Yes, it is. Trying to solve the mystery, if you will. Now it is. All right, so we're not going to worry about the book. It has literally given us nothing. Dark Knight, I'm good. How are you? I learned a lesson today. If it's a mimic, never hide. Well, yeah. Yeah. If you're not sure, yeah. Hi, Miss Daisy. How are you? What's up, Zach? Dark, hello. Welcome, friends. Rico. Why do I have you? Why did I do this? What is the reason for this? I don't know why I grabbed it. Oh, listen, dude. I know this is a twin's bedroom. I get it, but we don't want you here. F off. No. Not interested. Go away. Nope. No thanks. Nope. What's my most hated ghost? Ghost model? The one we just saw. That one. That one. Don't like it. Stupid kid. Kita, hello, how are you? Yeah. It's not giving us anything, which is a really good sign that it's probably going to be freezing. A child. Level 11, and that's, wait. Hold on, wait. I missed a first message. Oh, you just got it last week, and you're, oh, nice. Heck yeah, man. Again, take your time. Take your time. 0.9 is freezing, right? 0.9 will be a freezing ghost. Yeah. If the ghost tosses the book, is it still evidence? If you're playing on professional or lower and the ghost tossed the book, you can just go ahead and mark off no writing. But if you're playing on Nightmare or Insanity, you can't just mark it off. You can say that the ghost is not going to give you writing. So it's not going to provide it as evidence, but it still could be hiding it, which is why you have to be careful. Freezing has been a bit of a pain in the arse recently, especially. Okay. Freezing takes as long as the console release. Wow, that was a dig. That wasn't very nice. Recently. Well, you know what I mean. My favorite cursed object is the music box. I love it. I love it. Hello. Hello again. Double check. What? That's salt. Why is my dog freaking out? Oh, a $5. Hyper. If you guys type join in chat, you could win a beanie. Why is my dog flipping the F out? I'm blaming Xenon. Xenon, why'd you do this? Why'd you make my dog mad? She is flipping out, man. All right. We have a $5, which is glorious. Let's pretend you're also going to give me this. Dude, I might have to go upstairs. She's just nonstop and nobody in the house is doing anything. I'm going to go sit on the porch and go figure out why she's losing her little mind. I'll be right back. I hear her. All right. She was freaking out because one of the kids' friends stopped by. She was freaking out. All right, what'd I miss? Anything? Nothing? Ghost, you didn't do anything? No? Back to square one? Back to square one? Turn into a ghost myself? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Goodbye, chair. Sorry. The chair will miss you as well. Okay, let's see. Just going off of the idea that, okay, we have EMF 5 and that's all I have. We're not seeing this. It could be a Goryo, so we might have to go watch for that. But as of right now, this is what I'm thinking. Was it throwing objects with me in the room? I don't remember. Okay. Bring you. Bring you. Bring you. Let's go over here. What's up, John? Hey, Tyler, how are you? Nuka Dave. What up, homie? How you doing, Mr. Dave? I have a feeling we're not going to see dots, but you never know. You never know. We'll peep from the outside. We'll peep from here. Juju, thank you for the gifted. Dave, how's your weekend, my lovely friend? How are you? Doing great. I'm good. I'm good. Still dealing with pinched nerve issues, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Is this nightmare? It is. Yes. So I've got one. It's just not giving me the second, which is really making me think it's going to be freezing. Yeah. Ziggy! Thank you for the merch, friend. How much is it? It just depends on the region, fish. Depends on the region. Nothing? All right, we're going in. B-Town, I'm good, dude. How the heck are you? Dealing with a stubborn ghost. Saw you had Blood Moon on Bleasdale earlier? I sure did. First map of the day, immediately I got a Blood Moon. Like, all right. All right. 4% chance. All right. All right. Doing well another day? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's streams been going, brother? Killing it. Love the vids. Appreciate it, man. Blood Moon looks amazing on Sunny. I haven't had it on Sunny yet. I have not had it. Are you a shade? Had really camera shy Goryo a few days. Yeah. I like, I'm trying to think of this from a new player perspective. Right? If this is a freezing ghost, let's just say that it is. Just how long this is taking. Raleigh, I'm playing on Nightmare. Is it a possibility it's not a freezing ghost? True. It might not be. Maybe not. I'm probably just going to force a hunt just to make stuff happen. What the? Oh, your bowl is empty. Oh. Oh, you want fed. Oh, I'll get you something. Hold on. Hold on, I got you. Here we go. That's why it's mad. It doesn't have anything to eat. Here you go. Enjoy. There's a Dubmeister for you. I hope you have a good one. To be fair, the ghost kid is probably like, you know, like 500 years old. To be fair. Okay? Maybe thou shalt not pass judgment on the streamer. Shut up. What evidence do I have? The only thing I have is EMF 5, dude. That's it. No, we're just getting another smudge. I think we're just going to force a hunt to see what the speed is like. It hasn't turned off the power, so it might a gene sprint at us. Yeah. Shadow, how dare you? Could use the curse. Yeah, probably. I don't even know what I have. Booba, you don't belong here. You are supposed to be over there. You turn the light on, though. Oh, come on. Oh, you're so cool. Okay, that's rude. Can't stand it. Coasty, what's up, dude? You Newton like Faz. Welcome in, dude. You're in good company. Ghost needs more space. All right, I mean, I'll go upstairs. We got to go find out what the cursed object is anyway. It's fine. Oh, now we want to start doing stuff and things, huh? Jerk face. Such a shade. Has to be freezing. It can't be anything else. I mean, unless it's Goryo dots and it's being so stubborn, you know? Oh, that was like, wait a minute. Is that the freaking thing? No, let's go look for Frank. Let's go take a look. How long you reckon before we see Hydra loop the ghost around a mannequin? I think Hydra already has. What do you mean? Wait, oh, maybe he hasn't. Probably not very long. He just has to get it to spawn into an open area. Yeah. Oh, wait. I haven't checked for the paw. It's literally in that room. I didn't even look. Hydra song, yeah. Yeah, Hydra's like the looping king. Oh, that's rude. No. Oh, can't be you. Try to fart on us. Don't remove the crucifix. No, there's no need to. If I'm starting a cursed hunt, there's zero reason for me to remove the crucifix. It's right here. Son of a bitch. Smell a shade. I don't know, man. The power has not gone off yet. Not a single time. You know, I'm kind of feeling shade now, too. Now that you mention it. I think you might be onto something. Damn kids. Oh, come on. I can't time that, man. Listen, I can't make that up. Placed a book. I did. It actually threw the book. So we might have to look for writing. We don't even have to look for it. Come on. All right. Well, that leads us to shade or twins, which should be pretty easy when we get the ghosty to reveal itself. When we get the ghost to show what ghost it is. I wish to trap the ghost. All right. I could do the old, you know, wish for sanity, change the weather, all that jazz, but I don't want to change its room. We want it to stay in that room, so it's fine. We'll leave it there. How do you determine where the ghost is? By sound? What do you mean? Certain objects, if you're playing solo game by yourself and you're walking around like this, and then all of a sudden you hear, you know where the ghost is. Oh, like looping. Oh, that's just stereo headphones. That's just stereo headphones. Being able to hear if it's on your left or on your right. Yeah. So like Tanglewood looping or shit, looping it here. You can, I mean, you can see it here, but if you can't see it, being able to listen if it's moving to your left or right is just decent headphones. That's all. Can you wish for a blood moon? No, you can't. And that sucks. I would have to, if anyone's about to be like, well, that's stupid. I agree. I think you should be able to. Oh, you're such a shade. Such a shade. What does it mean when it throws the book? If it's on nightmare, I mean, if it's on professional or lower, it's not going to be writing. If it's on nightmare or insanity, that means it could be hiding it. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty on point, pretty on brand with what a shade is. Just not doing anything, being super lazy. Watch it be a Gorio. But look, here's our shade. Let's look at our shade evidence then. Shade. We have EMF 5. It is not going to give us writing because it threw the book. It has to give us freezing. Why? Why won't it give it to us? Do I ever play with others? Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally we have random games where I'll play with friends. Hi, Mr. Song. All right, let's get a firelight. Hi, Chihuahua. Shades are so boring, which it's in their nature they should be, but come on. Don't blow it out. Do it as you walk by. Rude. 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 Hey, it did it. Let's go. It's been a minute. I know. I'm going to talk to Coach because now Coach is starting to get a little more into Phasmophobia. And I'm excited because that means that I can have Friday nights or random nights where Coach plays. And Aldi can join because we can make him join. And Aldi is hilarious and he's amazing. We love him. Yep. So this ghost should have freezing. There is zero reason why it's not providing it. I'm going to go back one more time. One more time. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Love the streams. Thank you, dude. Thank you guys for all the follows. Daisy, appreciate you. Tired, hello. My day as well. I swear to God, I thought that door was open, and then I thought it shut in my face. I was like, watch it over here. No. No. Winners don't die. I could go get motion sensors. I could like sit there and walk back and forth with this ghost as it walks back and forth. But like, I don't know what else to do. Yeah. We know it's a shade. We know we have EMF 5 and it can't be writing. It 100% has to give me freezing. Has to. You got me, dude. In my eyes, it is broken. And it needs fixed-ed. Oh, so cool. Jerk. Blame the dancing snowman. I will. Like, you see how many times I've checked for this, man. I got nothing. Whatever. We're leaving. Bye, you suck. I hate you. Wish you had the old one. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. But it's never broken. No, it's just a couple of those things. Izu! What up, homie? Izu's currently working on our holiday moich. Ghost is broken. It's not the ghost. It's just the evidence sometimes. The evidence sometimes. It just happens, man. I don't know if it's a room boundary thing. I don't know if it's just the actual evidence itself.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Or it's that evidence. Never mind. So, the freezing sucks right now. Also, the dots suck right now. Did I mention that part? We never got those either. Well, son of a bitch. Okay, well, I feel better about that then. I feel a little bit better about that. Ligorio trolled you? Yeah. If you were to do like a no evidence run, how would you test for that? You'd make sure that the ghost is not changing rooms. Yeah. It also wasn't doing things while we were in the room. It was a Gorio that was acting like a shade, which makes it tough. Yeah. I've had issues with dots recently too. It's been noted. I think I see a lot of people in the Discord that have said that the dots and the freezing have been very, very just random. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jay, appreciate it, man. You possessed it, you bastard. Son of a bitch. That's okay. It happens. Glad I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. No, dots and freezing have been really tough to get recently. They've been very tough. Yeah. What's up, Logan? But it's still like, even though that was so trolly, don't get me wrong, even though that was so trolly, either way, it has been taking a long time to get freezing. But that one doesn't count because it wasn't freezing. That explains why we weren't getting freezing. All right, moving on. Moving on. I knew getting it right was too good to be true. Yeah, it happens. Yesterday you got it within 3 minutes. It's like you either get it immediately or you just don't get it. Yeah. Tier 1 thermo takes forever. Got to sit there and watch. Oh, you're honestly better off not sitting there. If you have a tier 1 thermo, I would take it, put it in the room, and just do other things. Go get book, go get dots, go get video camera, go get all your things, and then check. Because you don't need to be holding the tier 1 thermo for it to move. This one you have to hold to check. So that is a benefit to it for sure. Chloe, thank you for the subs. Appreciate you. That is absolutely a benefit. Only have tier 1 right now. I mean, it's still doable. It's just the bouncing around is the part that's annoying. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. Any recommendations for how I can make thumbnails that are similar to mine for free? Well, I mean, I make mine, so I guess make them yourself. Recommendations for how you can make them. It depends on your content. It depends on what games you play. It depends how much time you have. How much experience do you have inside of editing? I'm not a graphic designer, but I'm good enough to do what I need to do. Yeah, there's a lot of questions to be had to actually answer that question. I'm a professional video editor that's been doing it for 7 years. I can quickly get things done that I need to get done for short form, for long form, whatever it may be. I do all my own stuff. I don't have anybody that does it. The only things that I have anyone do is any sort of like artistry, any sort of merch designs, things like that. I can't do that. There are people that are a million times better that are going to do a great job and not do a stick figure that 100% I respect and love the fact that they are so good at what they do. I can't do that. I cannot. Should I do solo or multiplayer to push levels? Depends. Which one do you like playing more? There's a car above the bed. Here? No. Where's the car? Hey, Vanilla, what's up? What do I use? I use all Adobe. Oh, it's this one. Okay, we have a Winder Touch. Winder Touch. Chicken, what's up, dude? Yeah, I use the Adobe suite. So I use Premiere, I use Photoshop, I use Adobe Audition. I don't use After Effects right now because I don't need to do anything that's motion graphics like that. I have people that I hire to do that. You know, it's Sunday when yesterday was Saturday. Listen, I don't need your facts up in here, okay? You can take them and throw them in the trash. Hi, Mike. What's up, homie? Imagine a Bake print. I wouldn't be sad. Ghost wants to give up what it is easily. Wow, what do you mean rude? What do you mean? It's just the truth. Oh, hey. So many phalanges. Actually, let's put this over here. Cover the room a little bit more. There we go. That's a better. I haven't even turned the power on. Watching the YouTube videos for the past month. I appreciate you watching the videos, friend. Check the window again. Why? Yeah, it touched the door again. It didn't touch the window. I'm not worried about it though. But have the radios been super quiet lately? Maybe a little bit. I haven't noticed too much. What's an easy ID card to get? Do the Easter egg at Point Hope. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. And you'll have an animated card. Yeah, the ferryman badge is the easiest to get for sure. You can look up, I have a video about it. There's plenty of videos about it. Yeah. Holy hell. Wait a minute. What have I missed? Everything. Everything. Got that badge? It's my favorite. I love it. I love it. I'm a little curious to know. Oh, hey, look. What does the Obake print look like on that? Is it like one? Is it like 2 fingerprints on there? So many fingers. Double fingies? Okay. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? What are you doing? You ugly? You stupid? You stinky? Where are you? Oh, great. Oh, yep, you sick mother. What's up, Ray? Very touchy. Very, very touchy. It's okay. We'll get more. We'll get more. We have UV. That's all we have. I think there's UV. I'm not sold on it yet. I'm not sure. Photo of the ghost, firelight, crucifix. All right, well, let's bring that in there. Let's bring that in there. It did fart on me, so we're going to take one of those. Going to go back upstairs. It's going to show its big, dumb face, and we're going to take a photo of it. Love how the ghost events always happen when you're not holding the... Well, luckily, that one doesn't matter. That one doesn't mean squat. If you're not holding the camera, I mean, you should be able to take a photo of that. I think that'd be cool, but you do not have the ability to... Oh, I never brought a lighter in. Well, that's cool. You don't have the ability to take a photo of that. Ghosty, how old's this print? Oh, good enough. You forgot a lighter. Thanks. I tried to tell you. You think that I'm going to catch that? No, I'm going to go in, forget about it, and feel stupid, and then go back. Ghost! Hello? Oh, Jesus Christ! Got it. Anyone else have an Obake only leave a 5-finger handprint? Yeah, it's just a chance that it'll leave a 6-finger. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. Now, let's Get a lighter. See, the reason I don't have this on me when I'm normally walking around, I don't like cycling past it. I like only having to cycle through the 3 things I have, especially if I don't need a lighter. If I have a flashlight, a EMF, and a thermo, I don't need a lighter yet. But I should have had one for the firelight. That was my bad. You did Avanti, but I think we'll be okay. You got a 6-finger immediately? Let's go. Don't die. Roger that. Oh, is that advice? Oh, yeah. Hey, ghost. What are you? Oh, another fart coming in. Come on, man. Make me sick. Hey. Hey. Where'd the book go? Oh, it's right there. So you see, it throws the book. It doesn't write in it. Sorry, Taco Bell. Freezing? Maybe. Hi, Janelle. 6 fingers. I was excited. More stuff. More stuff. Is it no bake? I'm not sure. I don't know. Can you backseat and grab backseat and check for the backseat? Oh, absolutely. 100%. Did I just walk up here and see dots, or did I see the little thingy? Phantom? No, I don't think so. What the hell was that noise? What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? What was that? Hey dogs, how are you? You saw dots? I thought I saw it, but I wasn't sure. I thought I saw it when we walked back up here to the screen. Is it a banshee that touches doors more, or is it an obake? There is no ghost that touches doors more. You still have that. Wait, no, I canceled that. Wait. I'm very confused. Really likes touching the door. Yeah, we're just sitting here for a second to look for dots. Here, we can even lo-fi it while we watch. That's the notification that popped up. What? I canceled that like ages ago. I'm so confused. If somebody did, I need you to DM me. So people have been lying to me in Phas. What have they been saying? About a ghost touching a door more? Yeah, there's no ghosts that are programmed to touch doors more. Dots. Now, we could go check to see if they're Goryo dots. Stupid Goryo. At least it's not camera shy. We're about to find out. I'm going to go see if I get him in person. That's going to be the next move. We know which one it's not already because we have a ghost photo here that is staticky. So we know it's not that one. But we're looking at these two guys right here. Your bet's a Goryo? I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to go up and check. Goryo again. Ugh. What a turd. What are Goryo dots? Goryo dots are where you can only see the dots through a video camera. Hey, you should give me a Banshee scream right now. That'd be super cool. You should do it. Oh, thank you, Song. I mean, if you want to show the dots in person, that would really get rid of it. Hey. Are you a Banshee? It's a long event. The singing events usually are. Ghosty. So many phalanges. My God. Okay, dude, you're cool. We get it. Fine. That's probably good enough. I said it's good enough. Stop. I said it's good enough. Stop. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Excuse you. Oh, so rude. Fine. You know what? F you. Nerd. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sensitive. Give me this. I took it personally. Look, we're all nerds in our own way, sir. You're giving off some Heligorio vibes, though. Get the bone. It's downstairs in the kitchen. We know where it is. Oh, your face is stupid and I hate it. Give me this. This way. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Stop it. You stop it. Knock it off. Oh, I still need that. Son of a bitch. You're right. Here. Come on. Reveal what you are. Let's go. You are so rude. I don't have a lot of window here to check for dots. Just blow out the firelight. It's in there. This is literally the opposite of the last game. Yeah. Yeah. Ghost, please. Ghost, please. So cool, dude. Nope. All right, better idea. Give me these. Give me these. Oh my God, you annoying bastard. Head off for dinner. Board games with Mel. Have fun, Dave. Appreciate you, friend. What time do you go live tomorrow, Dave? Did it move? I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. It's still there. It's gonna hunt behind me. It's gonna hunt behind me. 2 p.m. UTC. Okay. Yeah, you stubborn turd. So when you're looking at these two ghosts, when you're looking at a Banshee and a Goryo, a Banshee's gonna stalk you. You could try to go for the scream. The dots, you know, the dots, you can only see the Goryo dots when they're through the camera, not in person. However, when it's just never doing them, ghost sucks. I think it's a Goryo. I don't know what it is, man. It's a small house, dude. So like trying to say like, oh, it's a stalky ghost or it's not, blah, blah, blah. That's a tough sell. Yeah, look at the temps here. I could take motion sensors and track it a little better. You think Banshee? Well, if we think Banshee, then I need to see these dots in person. That's as easy as I need to see them in person. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. You're about to fart on me again. I really, really hate you. Can't even track between floors. No, I have a tier 2 parabolic, so I can't even hear the screen through the floor. That's a big 10 no. Too close to the room? I shouldn't be. I'm outside of the room. I shouldn't. Let me go get the last one. Ghost is mean. The ghost is very mean. It's an absolute jerk. Absolute jerk. Here, we'll get all those smudgies in here. That sigh was deep. Well, you know. I don't even know where that was. It was near me somewhere. Okay, you asshat. Stop eating my crucifixes. I hate your face. I hate you. I hate you so much. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared me. You know what'd be really cool? No, that wouldn't be cool. Never mind. Both of these ghosts have dots. I was gonna say a dot hunt would be pretty funny, but maybe not. It does want us bad, and it's going to hunt now, which is why I have to be careful. Super careful. Super, thank you for the 5 months. Kate, thank you for the 6. You just recently started playing? How you been liking it? The issue is if this is a banshee and let's say that it is stalking me, the problem is that it could start directly on top of me, anywhere up there. Anywhere up there. It's gonna fart on your person. This is factual. And it's such a small map that it really, I mean, the Gorios can't change their favorite room, but it doesn't mean that this thing can't walk around out up there. Was my gut telling me? Right now, my gut's telling me it's a Goryo. Yeah, that's what my gut's telling me. Right now, my gut's saying Goryo. But I'm not sold on that yet. We have not seen dots again. We saw them one time, and that is it. A single time. Okay. Let us see if it's actually walking through the motion sensors. Oh, you're right. You know what? That's actually fair play, Beads. 100% fair play. You're right. Neither of these ghosts can actually change favorite rooms. Neither of them can long roam. I forgot about that. Yeah. Even though that's something that's very popularized for the Goryo where it can't change favorite rooms, technically the Banshee can't change favorite rooms either. Definitely forgot about that. Touche. How can you test for a Hantu? If you have the breaker off and you see the ghost breath. If you can see the breath, yeah. Look at it walking around inside of that room. Look. Oh, shit. I don't have a camera in there right now. It's cruising. As of right now, we haven't seen dots in person. We have only seen them in a camera. Yeah. Why can't the Banshee change its favorite room? Because technically the Banshee can't long roam. And for a ghost to change rooms, it needs to long roam. Yeah. Just saying it's a Goryo is not that it's a Goryo. I mean, why? Why is it a Goryo? Why? Hey, floating. How are you? It was set both of these off. It did not set that one off. So it's still hanging out inside of its room. It's a mare. Yeah, Sirash is right. Sirash wins. Have you asked it what it is? Good point. F these shoes. There we go. Ooh, another cruci bite, eh? Another cruci bite. That bought me some time. All right, show the dots in person. Let's go. Come on. There's another singing event. Let's go. Go back to your room. Thank you. Now show me the dots. Goryo. Do you see how tricky that is? All of these, I mean, outside of the red light event and all the ghost farts, all of the ones where it showed up was a singing event. That would absolutely make you think that this was a banshee. That is the second time that has actually shown dots. Okay, dude. And it cut the power off. What a jerk. All right, we got all of our photos. We've got the ghost. The reason we know it's a Goryo is because, well, it never showed up in person. We only saw the dots through the video camera, which is the ghosty giveaway. We love a ghost that listens. I know. It went back to its room. It showed us dots. Our pets' heads are falling off. That's right.
Welcome back. Like prepared.
Frickin' Goryo. What a stinky. What a stinky. But we'll take it. That was my second Goryo, and I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it at all. Not a fan. Nope. Nope, don't like it. All right, before I go into the next one, I need to give away some merch. Because we met the goal again. Oh. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. Thank you for the dono, dude. Told you. Oh my god. That's so funny. Ay, ay, ay. After a ghost throws the book and then writes in it after, can that happen? No, I haven't. Hi, Jens. Oh my god. Yo, Riz, thank you for the 14. All right. This merch giveaway is only going to be on the purple side because unfortunately I can't do giveaways that are cross multiple platforms, especially for Fourth Wall merch. Fourth Wall merch only has a Twitch integration. So give me a second. It's going to pop up in chat in a sec. Well, I say a second. It's going to take it a hot second for it to actually register. Yeah. All right. Scroll down here. Ba-ba-bum. Once it pops up in chat, I'll tell you what to do. You just need to hold while I get it popping. I think inevitably we're going to do probably a few of these. Not today, but over the next probably week, just because I have some merch that's about to go away. Hold. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. All right. Now we wait. Now we wait. Jeffrey, what's up, dude? Didn't see me live. I'm live the same time every day. Well, you know what I mean. The days that I am live. Yeah. The processing takes a hot second, man. So we just have to wait. We just have to wait. How many hours do I have? All of them. All of them. Every single one of them. ZZ, thank you for the prime. Certified, welcome in. How are you? Waiting for it to give us dots? Yeah. Even Fourth Wall takes 15 years to give us dots. Good grief. No, listen, it has to go through banks. It has to do all this stuff. All right, there you go. If you type the word join in chat, you could win a Revenge of the Flash Halloween shirt. These are going to be going away after this month. I have holiday merch, and the Halloween one that Izu did was freaking awesome. Based off of zombies, because my favorite horror movie is a zombie movie. So that Halloween merch will be going away after this month is over. Once Thanksgiving hits, it's going to go bye-bye. It's going to go bye-bye. So if you type join, you could win. You could win. Victor, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. How are you, my dude? No, Holden. No. If anyone ever is, it's usually in their title. Yep. I don't understand, but Onryo's got to change the hunt after blowing out candles. It's their ability. When they blow out 3 firelights, that can trigger their ability. Yeah. Yeah. Big Jaws, let's go. GG's, homie. Make sure you click on the redeem link, Big Jaws, so that you can actually claim it, my friend. Make sure to click on the redeem link. Yeah. Yeah. GG's. All right. We have ads. We're going to go ahead and do them from the lobby. Once we do them, then we will move on. Yeah. Again, Holden, you're just like digging. If somebody has in their title, then they're probably playing with viewers. If they don't, they're probably not. Yeah. When the days that I do, it's announced. I announce it in the Discord if we're having a viewer day. Usually if we reach the end of the month goals, then I have a viewer day. We're going to have one in December. I need to pick a day because I'll be dressing up as the Grinch. So that's going to take some effort. Yeah. But all right. 3 minutes of ads. If you are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, not going anywhere without you, just hold, please. Go snack, break, drink in that order, out of that order. I don't care. But we'll be right back. The whole reason I do this is so that way that you guys don't miss on gameplay. So 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We'll be back. Okay. Ads are playing. We hold. Sailor, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. What's up, Chris? Welcome in. Hello. Your girlfriend left you on read? Man, that sucks to be you. Yeah, Ellen. Yeah. I think that was a redeem of the merch. Enjoy the merch, friend. Enjoy. Oy vey. Techno, you do differently. It's different. I can't control those ones. Not on the tube side. No. Not on the tube side. Imagine, my girlfriend never stops talking. Okay. Shut up, Siraj. You leave your boss on read? No, thank them, Big Jaws. No. Thank you guys. Enjoy it, friend. Enjoy it. What's my favorite ghost? My favorite ghost is a mimic. How long is the tail end of this freaking song? Holy shit. Girlfriend's in the kitchen baking. What is she making? What is she making us? She better share. Can you get evidence through windows on certain maps? Yeah. You can see orbs through any window. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Apple strudel. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Flash takes 3 to 5 business days to respond, though. Yeah. That's true. Touche. This is true. I really do. It's really true. Hey, ArcT, welcome back. Oh. Question. You don't have to preface it with question. You can just ask said question. Yeah. Saying question, Flash, is just delaying the inevitable of asking a question. You can just ask. If I see it and I can respond, I will. If it's something I don't want to read, I won't. Mr. Rafa, hello, my friend. How's the shoulder doing? It still hurts. I think I slept on it and made it worse. I think I slept on it and made it even worse. Yeah. No good. No good. Does the merch ship worldwide? You'd have to check through the Fourth Wall site to make sure that your country can be shipped to. Yeah. It's my favorite video game of all time. Up there would definitely be Mario 64. That's definitely one of my favorites. Love it. Love it. Sailor, thank you for the biddies. What map do you think is the best to get the Ranger challenge? I mean, Woodwind's going to be way faster. It's going to be way faster. Yeah. Way faster. Mario 64 is iconic. Love it. Yeah, that's my favorite console of all time. 64. Definitely my favorite console of all time. Oh, okay. Ads are done. We're back. Hey, Spawn, how are you? Question Flash. That's literally the second time you've said Question Flash without actually asking the question. Interesting. Interesting. I like where this is headed. I think we're headed down a good path. Yeah. Coronado, thank you for the Prime. GameCube. Oh, love GameCube. I need to get one, man. I need to get a GameCube. Alrighty, moving on. Now we are going to do Sunny Meadows Restricted because I need to get more of these. So we're going to do one. Leave a
right. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed
Do you have any tips for starting Phasmophobia? Oh man, if you're just getting going with the game, you just need to learn the mechanics. Like you need to learn how to use the equipment, taking your time inside of Tanglewood, get used to that map. Question. How does one question Flash? Questioningly. Yeah. Oh no. I hear rain. Okay, it's normal rain. Never mind, we're fine. We're Gucci. All's well. Yeah, I was expecting a blood moon. Which would have been spicy. I mean, we would have done it, but no, we're good. What is Flash? I don't know anymore, man. I give up. This is definitely on the right-hand side, though. This is the female wing. So you can see the camera lit up right here. So it's down that way. Let's take a flashlight, an EMF, parabolic, this guy, and go. Starting off, statement Flash. Yeah, this is restricted. Yeah. Difficulty do I enjoy the most? Nightmare. I love Nightmare. Nightmare is so good. It allows you the opportunity to use your equipment and actually get evidence while at the same... What was that sound? What the fuck? Why did that sound like something walking? Or was that a toss? Hi, Frank. Yeah, that was a toss. That was a book. Okay, dude. I'm guessing you're here. No? Nothing looks tossed in here, though. I don't know. Hannah, thank you for the Prime. Ghost Day? You weren't doing that through the wall, were you? Like you're like in a spot that I can't get to? That would suck. There you are. Found you. It's there. It's there. Hey, Benny, welcome in. How are you? You were saying about nightmare difficulty? Oh, about what I like about it? Oh, the being able to get evidence that allows you to take down this long list of ghosts from 24 to just narrowing it down a bit and then using what you know about the ghosts to try and figure out the rest. I really enjoy that aspect of it. I really like that. Yeah. Hey, Jax, how are you? What's your favorite natural mode? Yeah, same here. Yeah, same. Absolutely. Imagine if the cross was on the wall and Sunny Meadows worked as Crucifix. Oh my God. That'd probably be a little too overpowered. Can you get the Apocalypse unrestricted? No. No. You have to play it on full. No. And when we go back to the lobby, I can show you. I can show you the cards that are now on the event board that give you more information about the Apocalypse stuff. Yeah. Tips for looping. Knowing where you can break line of sight while looping is super helpful. Like the kitchen inside of Tanglewood, you can loop the ghost, but then if you crouch and the ghost doesn't see you across the counter, it loses sight of you. So it doesn't gain speed, which is super helpful. Hey, Frost. What's up? so much to learn. There's tons to learn. There's a lot of people that have played this game since it came out really early, and there was only so much. Well, you're not a mayor. There's only so much you had to learn, so you could take it in bite-sized pieces. But now, I mean, it's endless, right? There's so much stuff to figure out. Let's go over here. There. We get it. Actually, I lied. Let's go over here. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Can I see the book from there? Maybe we can see it there. Oh, Jesus Christ. We have dots. And they're in person. Scared me a little bit. Not a Goryo. Dots, perhaps? Oh, I'm not sold. Even though it's dots and you know that it's not a ghost that's going to hunt you. It's for me, the jump scares is when it's in your face. When it's in your face. Gets me every time. Gets me every time. I need a new pair of pants. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. For now. What are the differences between the two Sunnies? The difference is the size of the map. When you're playing on, even though it says restricted and shows you everything, we only have one section of the map to do. If you're playing Sunny Meadows full, you have to worry about this entire thing. Restricted, you only have to worry about one of 5 versions of it. So the way that you can figure that out is by going over here and actually seeing what camera you have available. You can see down this wing, down here. You can see the courtyard if you have the middle. If you have the left side, you'll actually see the hospital wing. This one, if you don't have an extra camera, if you go from the truck to the lobby to the chapel, back to the truck, back out here, then you know that you have the restricted. So you can know what you have before you even walk in, which is helpful because then you know, okay, I need to bring this, right? So I knew by clicking through the cameras, looking over here, oh, that's looking down this way, angling this way. I know that that's this camera because I've seen it 100 times, right? So we know that it's here. And then we walked over, parabolic, heard the ghosty, found the room. So now we're just trying to use our evidence to figure out what it is. And I think it threw the book. I'm pretty sure I placed the book right next to the bed, and I think the book is here. Closed, which means it's not going to provide writing. Yeah. Best tip for big maps, parabolic microphone. The parabolic microphone is extraordinarily useful. Is it possible to hear your teammates across a large map? That's what you have the walkies for. Yeah. You have the walkies for that. Let's do this guy. Let's do that guy. Let's do this guy. I have a feeling I've dropped a little bit. We're on Nightmare, so I cannot see how much sandy I've lost, so we want to be careful. Can it write and throw the book? Not that I'm aware of. No, not that I'm aware of. Unless I get told differently and they're like, no, it can. I haven't seen that before, ever. How do you use the parabolic microphone? Turn it on. Hey, Che, I'm good. How are you? Tarot cards now. Well, that's not really good when you don't have tarot cards. Oh, there's the book. Oh, it threw it again. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Knowing the ghost abilities is extremely helpful. Oh, yeah. Because if a ghost does an ability and you don't know that it did one, you just lost the ability to know what the ghost is quickly. But it's up to you. If you don't want to learn that stuff and you just want to play on pro, you don't want to learn abilities, you just want to get your evidence and get the hell out of there, play your game, man. You do you, boo-boo. You do you. Can you pause the tier 3 dots? Yeah, that's what these are right now. They're paused. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where are you? Are you near?
It was taken away.
Where are you? Are you here?
Found far too.
Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you near?
Right here.
No, I'm right here. It must be a mimic. It's pretending to be me. Stop talking to yourself. No spirit box? Oh, okay. Roger that. It's just me talking. It's not the actual spirit box. It's just me. Just a prank, bruh. Alrighty. Wraith, Phantom, Yokai, Dio. Oh, it could be a Dio. Oh, it could be a Dio. Flash got a flash. Force a Dio? I don't know, man. I could take some stuff in there so that we don't get hunted and I continue trying. Here, we'll bring this for safety. We'll take, let's do one. And then we'll take assault with us so that way it doesn't, you know. Is it your voice? That's, that one was. The right here? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I have 3 lines on the spirit box. I have, right here is a pretty popular one. This person died and it's my 3rd one. I always forget. Right here, this person died and, crap. I already forget what my 3rd line is. Active killing. There it is. Thank you, Mayor. See, look, Mayor was smart. Mayor's like, he's going to forget. I'm just going to make a command. No, I don't say taken a wee. No. Unfortunately, we want Phoenix to have that ability to say that in the box. That'd be so funny. All right, we get it. You're not a Wraith. That's cute. Where are you?
In a way.
No way. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Come back into the room. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you?
Taken away.
Are you near? Are you close?
Close to passing.
Oh, not in here. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you?
Taken away.
Where are you?
Slips away.
Where are you? Damn it. I don't think it's a Dio, guys. It might be still. Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Are you angry?
From behind.
Where are you?
From behind.
Are you near?
Right here.
Guys, I'm thinking it's not a Dio. All right. Well, what I can do, I'm going to go get a photo camera. Oh, it's so sad. This is borderline harassment. What do you mean? I'm just trying to have a chat. Damn. Can't nobody just talk to a ghosty anymore? What is the Dio thing? The Dio can give you a special response in the spirit box if you're a meter from it when you're talking to it. However, the chance of getting it is, it's not 100%. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to get it. You can try, you can give it a whirl, but it doesn't guarantee it. All right, we're going to bring in this as well, just because if it's a yokai and I'm sitting here having a chat with it, then bad things can happen. So let's get back inside. Oh, but the Dio, like the Dio hiss while being terrifying is still really great because then you know what you have. Especially if you have like dots, because it can't be anything else. Yeah. I love it. I love it. You haven't gotten it yet? It's tough. Do I have 3 lines on the spare box? Yeah. I sure do. All right. Go. Hey, can you show up in dots? That was fake. You son of a bitch. But thank you. Yeah, it's a phantom. Oh, wait, whoa. Hold on a tick. Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, no. Do I want to do that now? I kind of do. I'm gonna look for the bone. We're on a search for the bone. We're on a search. Hey, Rack, welcome in. We're on a search. Where's the bone? Come on. It's going to be in the chapel. I'm going to do all this looking for no reason. I haven't even checked the front rooms yet. So this could be a very wasteful, stupid thing, but still. We're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway. DO APOC 3. Yeah. Definitely one of the easier ways to get your APOC challenge done. With a DO? For sure. For sure. I'm not seeing an immediate bone. Hey, Lion, how are you? What's up, Demon? Bone's all the way in the front, isn't it? Sack of trash. Mother. You have a DO APOC 2. Oh. Oh, and it cornered you. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right. I have not seen any. We get it. I said we get it. No, I'm not seeing any bones, friends. I'm not seeing any. It's probably sitting there right by the front door. I need a flashlight. That's really what I need. I can't see anything. How do you get better at no evidence? The more you do them, the better you'll get. Would you say that you understand at least one thing of how to knock down ghosts? How to say they are or are not a certain type of ghost? Think the devs will add maps in the future? 100% yes. Yeah, they have a Trello that is public that you can go and see what they're working on. And one of the things that is on the Trello is a small map. So we don't know when. There's no timeline attached to it right now. But we do know that they are working on it right now. Exactly where they are in that process, I'm not sure. But they're working on it, which makes me happy because, man, I want another small map to play. I don't see the bone anywhere. I don't think I've actually checked the chapel yet, though. And they're reworking the farmhouses, right? Which should be kind of like new maps. It should feel like new maps. Son of a bitch. I told you. What did I say? What do you mean? Point Hope is a small map. I know I said it. I jinxed myself. I know. I know. Still want the old farmhouses to stay. I do too, because I like them as well. Yeah, I like Grafton. Grafton is such a great map. Bleasdale? I'm fine. You give or take. Son of a bitch. Ay, ay, ay. The fact that Point Hope is considered a small map blows my mind. Me too. Me too. I don't know if we've heard a good reason as to like why, but they say it's a smaller map comparably. I think that's kind of bull. Compared to what? Compared to what? I've had the bone on this map be under a suitcase. I have too. I have too. And that is something that is awful if you're playing full Sunny and you're trying to find it. Under one of those suitcases like this, in this room, there's a suitcase there. I've had the bone under there before. Yeah, that sucks. Sucks a lot. Oh man. Based on the room count? Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Where are you going, buddy? No, the amount of travel you have to do, it sucks. All right. So Ghosty is going to stalk us, and we want it to, because if it does, I can take photos. And by taking said photos, we can know where it is, start a hunt, escape, and call it a day. They should add random for difficulty. They have it. Not like the way you're thinking. I think the way that you're thinking of random, I think would be actually nice. But you're saying like random of the presets. They do have random, but it randomizes literally everything. Literally everything. Yeah. How do you get better at knowing how fast the ghost exactly is? It's really hard to exactly know. Wait, why you say to know exactly how fast it is? Exactly. I mean, by listening to the ghost, you get used to what the speed sounds like. But you can also use tools. I mean, you can use the Phasmo cheat sheet site that Zero made and hear the ghost. Or there's like a tapping thing on it too, where if you're listening to the ghost, you can actually tap with the mouse of how fast the sound is, and it will tell you it's probably this ghost. Let me go get an EMF and actually we'll sit here. It's a phantom, so it's going to come to us. We'll wait for it. We'll wait for it. A haunted subway. That'd be cool. I don't know what their thoughts are right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. What website is the tapping one? Was that the question you've tried to ask me like 17 times? If you do ! cheat sheet. Boop, boop, boop. What are the traits of a phantom? Well, when you take a photo of a phantom, it will disappear. A phantom can stalk you anywhere on the map, meaning it will walk from wherever it is all the way to you. It doesn't matter where you are. If Ghosty is up here on the female wing and is in its room, I'm downstairs all the way at the end in the morgue. That phantom can make its way over to me. Now, a wraith can do that too by teleporting, but a wraith will literally teleport to you. So it won't walk all the way through the map. It will teleport and then walk all the way back. Yeah. How long did it take you to memorize the ghost? Oh, dude, it's just been an accumulation over time. Jeff, it's been an accumulation over the amount of time I've played the game. I still don't remember everything. I forget stuff all the time. It's hard. There's a lot of ghosts that you have to take into consideration when you're looking at what the ghost can be. Yeah. A banshee can only stalk on the same floor. Yes, unless the banshee is in an attic or a basement. If the banshee's in an attic or a basement, it can stalk to the main floor. So if it is in Edgefield and it is in the basement, it's a banshee, it can stalk you to the main floor. It can't do another floor above. Yeah. No recognition for... Oh, Toxic, thank you, dude. Oh, they didn't come in until right now. This phantom sucks, though. Look at this. We're right by the front door. It should be coming to us. This is... The phantom can stalk us. It just has not come over here yet. Can all the ghosts stalk you or just certain ones? Just certain ones. It's just the banshee and the phantom. Yeah. The others cannot. Wraith can teleport. Yeah. Yeah. Wraith can teleport. The banshee and the phantom, they can stalk you. The other ghosts cannot. It's elderly? Why is it taking so damn long? Does this still come to you even if you're outside? Yes. Yes, it does. I don't know what the range is on that. I'd have to ask Dave how far away you can be from the door and the ghost will stalk you. Like, will it come to the door even if you're in the truck? I don't know. That I don't know. Can wraiths teleport mid-hunt? No, that would really stink. Man, can you imagine? The ghost is just walking around the map and then all of a sudden it just drops on top of you. Just got this game today. Enjoy it, dude. Why put a flashlight at the entrance? Because when I go in for my first time, when I'm doing a lap around trying to find stuff and the reason I drop the flashlight here is because I don't need it to walk back to the truck. And it allows me the opportunity to pick one more item up instead of only picking up two. So by just dropping everything I have here, then I go get 3 more things and bring them in. Right now, what we're doing is the reason I turned on lo-fi is because we're waiting for this phantom to decide to be the ghost that it is. Here, kitty. But it's It's not happening. Oh, teleporting during a hunt would be terrifying. That'd be absolutely terrifying. Does it mimic copy the evidence of other ghosts? No, just the behaviors. Just the behaviors. If it doesn't walk over here soon, I'm just gonna leave. I'm not that stressed about a perfect game, but I'll if it wants to come over here. Just trying to show what the Phantom can do, but it doesn't want to show what the Phantom can do. How to level up quicker. I'm level 29. I suck at finding the ghost. I would get better at finding the ghost before I worry about leveling up. Yeah. I think those are two separate things. You want to level up quicker, but you can't find the ghost. The higher level you get, the better you'll get at finding the ghosts. If you do it naturally and not try to artificially up your level by doing speed runs. Do you have a cruci? I'm outside. I'm outside. Yeah. No, Phantom cannot teleport. I don't know who told you that. They cannot. They cannot. So the Phantom will come to you despite being outside? Yeah. Yeah, it will. I don't know how far away from the door you need to be, but yeah. Yeah. No need to be inside? Nope, we've done this so many times. You've never had a Phantom teleport? Because they can't. Yeah. Because they can't. Now, another thing that I can do, just to be sure. So I can go back in here like this. And we can see if it's coming our way. We can do it like this. How long is it taking for the pat? It's so hit or miss, dude. It is a roll of the dice. I've had Phantoms that have stalked me instantly. I've had ones that have just given up as ghosts and are like, nah, I'm not in the mood. And then they just never actually stalk you at all. Yeah. What map is this? This is Sunny Meadows, except it's the restricted one. Yeah. It is the restricted one. 'Tis the restricted. Your most common's a Moroi. Nice. Hey, Zuko, what's up? What do you mean? Wait, what are you saying, Toxic? Is this map hard? It can be. It can be. Ow. We're about to give up. We're about to give up. What is he talking to? What are you talking to? You're still not sure what stalking means? It means the ghost comes to you. It comes to your location. Yeah. Don't give up. It's on its way. Come on, man. Bro answered himself. Yeah, that's what bro does. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Totally, bro. Can we get the badge if we just run restricted? Or did it, oh, yeah. You can do restricted and you can also do it on friendly ghost. It doesn't have to be on any specific difficulty. You can just play the map. As long as you get the ghost correct, it doesn't matter how you play. And you can get the badge. You can do 50 games of Sunny Meadows restricted where the ghost can never actually hunt you. And you can still get it. Go for next. Yeah, Drag. I'm about to, man. We're about to give up. You can do it on custom? Absolutely. Yes. All of them. Point Hope badge? Yep. This one? Yep. Maple Lodge? Yep. All three of those badges, you absolutely can. Yes. Listen, guys, I want to wait for this ghost. I really do. But, like, come on, man. Wait, did it just go off? It didn't, right? Holy shit, dude. That's enough. Good gravy. It ain't having it, man. Can we summon the blood moon yet? No, I don't think. I really hope that they change their mind and allow us to add it to customs. But right now, it's just it's a 4% chance of getting it. It's too tired. Mystic, thank you for the biddies, dude. What horror-based map would you like to see in Phasmo? Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh. If you think of any horror franchise or any horror movie and you think of a map that would be based around it, what would you like to see? Oh, Saw would be good. Yeah, Saw would be good. Like the original? That'd be cool. The House from 13 Ghosts? Oh, dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I love that movie. That movie's so good. Willy's Wonderland. The Other World from Silent Hill. That'd be cool. That'd be sick. Yeah, lots of possibilities. Jaws. Okay. You're just in the ocean. Oh, dude. Paranormal Activities house. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. But like, would most people go into that house and think, oh, this is the Paranormal Activity? I don't know if they would. I think it'd be tough. Conjuring would be cool. Elm Street. Listen, I was thinking about that. I was like, can you imagine if there was sort of a like a you fell asleep mechanic and then you were thrown into a nightmare that was like Blood Moon style? You know? That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Was the best map? My favorite is Willow. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw. So many good choices. So many good choices. Let's go to Ridgeview. Do I have upgrades? Negative. All right. We're not there yet. Not there yet. Abandoned bowling alley. What is the most annoying? Annoying. Sound like SpongeBob. What is the most annoying ghost? It just depends on the situation. Shades can really suck. They're just lazy. Urays can suck, although I feel like they've gotten a little better over time with their ability. They can also be stinky. Yeah. Mystic, thank you so much for the biddies, dude. Thank you. Seabiscuit, what's up, dude? All right. To Ridgeview. Brian Roberts, EMF, Firelight, and Incense. So this time what we're going to do, we're just going to throw a curveball in here, and I'm going to walk in like this. You know what? I don't even want that. I want this and this. Tucker and Dale. Oh my God. Pixel. Thank you for the biddies, dude. All right. There. Let's put one there. Let's put one right here. Excuse me. There we go. It's the most dangerous ghost. Is it just different? It's different for everyone. There are certain ghosts that are a bit more aggressive than other ones, but most dangerous ghost, that's tough to say. Tough to say. Human aid. Thank you for the biddies, dude. All right. I put those down there just to see if Ghosty would walk through here, but it hasn't yet. I don't get how people play by themselves. Oh, it's just a matter, just time. The more you play the game, the more comfortable you get, the more you want to challenge yourself. Yeah. That's all there is to it. Is that down here? Oh, that's right. I haven't turned the power on yet. What am I? I'm drunk. Did you throw something down here? Where'd I hear that? I heard a thing. I heard a thing. Plus you have to play, so yeah, you have to play solo to get the apocalypse. Absolutely. Yeah. How do I get my game so bright? It's in-game brightness. There's no outside sources doing anything. All the brightness in my game is from the game itself. Yep. All right. Ghosty has not set off any of that stuff. It might be upstairs. That might be why. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that. We want to do that. See, that's ambient. Trying different things. Why not? Ambient. I've noticed that the ambience, like, look, it's like sits at an idle 2%, and I don't know why. If it's actually getting the hum from the house or something. But I've noticed that ambient sounds go up by like 10%. Didn't even hear Jack. The game has more light. Yeah, there's something going on with the lighting. More ambient, more ambient. All right, let's take another one. Let's do all 3 floors. Yeah. Ghosts? Those don't exist. Not here. Hi, raising the roof. How are you, friend? Is that here or over there? It's here. Never mind. That would be why we were getting nothing. Oh, wait, I didn't check for the... Any herbs? Withering Witch, thank you for the biddies. Thank you, Fran. Where are you going? All right. Here, give me your mug back. I don't know if it was coming directly to me or not. It's a little hard to tell. Dots, yay. How can you narrow down the ghost room? By just checking. By turning on the power, like checking with thermometer is a really good way to do it. If you turn on the power and all the rooms start to warm up, you can go and check with your thermo to see how warm the room is. So as the house gets warmer, the ghost room is more than likely going to be around 10, excuse you, around 10 degrees or lower. But the temps are cold around the ghost. So if the ghost is a stalking ghost that goes away from its room a lot, there's a possibility that you might have really cold temps away from the room. I saw the dots from here. I literally saw the dots from here. All right. Well, you can't be a mayor anyway, so that's okay. Get that. Yeah. Guinea, what's up, dude? You threw my camera. You piece of trash. That piece of trash. Recently moved up to professional, still playing on Tanglewood, thinking of changing maps. Do it. Do it. Wait, can it be a Gary? Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. I'll move these motion sensors here in a sec, but let's get all the evidence up here first. You touch any doors? We have hiding there. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Let's get some motion sensors. We need to track where it is. And we have multiple. You, give me you. Does the spirit box work with the headlight on? It does. It just, you just have to worry about the room light. As long as the room light is off, the spirit box will work. But you will not get a response if the room light is on. If this light is on, I can't get spirit box. That has to be off. Ghosty, are you walking around in here? Oh, Jesus. All right. We know you're here, homie Slice. What about the lamp by the bed? I'm pretty sure that can't be on either. Is that tier 1 or tier 2? That is tier 2. All right, so we know the ghost is in the room with us. Hey, can you touch the window or the door? Hello? Ghosty? Hello? You're not having it? Hello? Oh, yummy. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Duda. Duda. Excuse you. What a son of a bitch. Get out of my room. Doesn't want to play catch. He's trying to kick me out. Put all that there. It's out in the hallway now. Rude. Does Polt even have dots? No. I'm just giving it things to play with. It's gonna disappear, watch. What are you doing, Stinky? Can't be an Oni because of the airball, correct. Yeah, correct. We gave it toys. I gave it a toothbrush, I gave it a mug, soap, all the good stuff. Watch, it's gonna be one of these. Oh, that's right, I never set that back up. Shit. Shit. Take that, go back in. Could it be a banshee if it sings often? It could be, but like the other map that we had, I had a ghost that was singing a crap ton and it was a Goryo. It wasn't even a banshee. All right. Listen up, Stinky. Urioni. Well, it's a Uri. It ghost farted on us, so we know what it is. Apocalypse trophies, real life. I do. They're right here. I do. Truly Mars, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How are you? How is Phasmo? How goes it? Springer, welcome in. Ghost farted on it? Yeah, ghost farted on me. Yeah. Yeah, because of that ghost fart, though, we know what the ghost is. We know exactly what it is. Because if I have dots and I have freezing and it farted on us, can't be that. We know that it's not. And it can't be a mimic. Yep. Had a singing a lot demon. Yeah. Yeah. Just because the Banshee favors the singing event doesn't mean just because you have a bunch of singing events that it is a Banshee. You just have to be sure. How you know it's a Uri and not an Oni? Because it did the Ghost Mist event. The Ghost Ball event, the Oni can't do that. Ghosts were good. Had a shade for my last game, which was annoying. Fun. I had a Phantom on Sunny Meadows Restricted that didn't want to stalk. It just wanted to hang out in its room. Or maybe it was just really tired. I'm not sure. One of those. But yeah, it was also a Stinky. So, hi. Hello. Other than the shade, I hope that the rest of the games are good. Door touch it. Yeah, it hasn't done its ability, though. It's Sunday. We're all a little bit lazy. My son's mad. He wanted to watch the game today for the Chiefs, and he can't. And he can't. Junior, no. Does a Banshee have a chance to scream in the parabolic? It does. It certainly does. The only thing it can do is slam a door out of anger. That's about it. But yeah, having a Uri down here is way more fun because then it'll do stuff and things. But when it's up there, only so much it can do. Ew. It's also good to note that the ghost ball event is not the actual ghost itself. So just because you get mist balled on doesn't mean the ghost is on top of you. All right. I have a single smudge. I'm going to go get more and then we're going to make it hunt. Must be an Oni. Aldi? Yurei can push the front door, right? The Yurei can interact with the front door outside of a hunt or an event. That is correct. That is correct. But, yeah. Yeah. If it's up there, there's nothing I can do. But streamer, if it goes ball, that means that's the email. Therefore, non real. You shut your lips. You shut your lips. Hi, Mail. I need to go back and watch. I need to go back and watch more of your VOD. I was watching you guys play yesterday. As you guys were crying, I think the rest of us were crying as well. Hi, Royal. It was so funny. It was so funny. Those guys are just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my goodness. But guys, make sure you're following my beautiful friends like Epic and Tight the Pants. Oh, what the fuck? Excuse you. I don't even know if I can. I mean, I'm close enough for a 3-star, right? Okay. All right, we're fine. Caught in the act. Yeah, man. Life's tough out there, you know? We have a hiding spot too, which is super neato. Did I see what the cursed object was? The board. Was that a whole pelvis? Sure as hell wasn't half of one. Yeah. All right, what questions do you want me to ask? Is this a nightmare? It is. It is. Shelby. Thank you, dude. Max, appreciate you. Royal, thank you for the 12 months, homie. I'd say boring. Boring. Ask if it'll marry me. Brian Roberts. I did find the bone. I did. Yeah, I did. Why is the sky blue? Listen, man. Listen, we're getting a little bit too, I think, personal with all these. Drancon, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you? How was your stream? Say Santa isn't real. That's not even a question. That's just saying something mean. What do you mean? That's just rude. How old are you? Nintendo 64. Are you going to hurt me? Do you love me? Am I cute? Am I pretty? Okay, all right. Gotta grease the wheels a little bit here. Gotta grease the wheels a little bit here. How many people have pooped in this house? For now. Do you like beards? No, never mind. You know what? I don't want to poop in your house. How many pickles? That usually doesn't work for me. I usually leave that to Baron. How many pickles can you stick up your butt? Yeah, we're really not going to get along. I'm not having it. Well, why so serious? Now I'm going to poop in your house. That's right. He doesn't like you. I don't think so. How'd you die? How did you die? Well, that didn't answer anything. Just a question. You're the butcher, right? Yeah. Why are you so mad, dude? Yeah, usually the pickle question doesn't work for me. Yeah. Can I I get a meal idea, please, for 2 adults? Chicken parm. Chicken parm. Google honestly would be better. Or shit, Chat GPT. Give me 10 meal ideas for 2 people. Boom. Boom. And look, now we have a wall decoration. See? Look how nice that is. And it turned off the power because it's an a-hole. Chicken parm does sound good, right? Stuffed peppers. Oh, stuffed pepper casserole. Ever have? So good. So good. What's your best pickup line, bro? I have 3 kids. I have been married for umpteen years. What the hell kind of pickup lines do you think I need to use? Casserole? How do you turn... Oh! Stuffed pepper casserole? Oh my god. Oh, I'll have to ask my wife for the recipe. It is amazing. It is amazing. I highly recommend. Does making photos of the same thing give you more XP and money? No, there's certain things that give you more XP and money. It's just a matter of time investment. Do you want to get different photos? Do you want to spend your time getting this or that because they're worth more technically? Honestly, I don't care enough. I just get the perfect game and it's zippity doo on out of there. Yeah. So tired of poop internet. Well, you should stop searching for those things, Mel. You know, you are in control of your search engine. You can look for whatever you choose. I would highly recommend not Googling that. You're on the wrong side of the internet. Found the vids out yesterday on YouTube. I appreciate you, man. Welcome in. Well, we have a stinky Ure that's upstairs. I mean, it might do its ability, but we're definitely not sticking around and waiting for it. No shot. No way. Jose. Oh, the apple strudel. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about your apple strudel. Spent a half an hour doing test stream yesterday with my ISP on my phone. Oh my god.
Welcome back.
Went live and dropped in 20 minutes. Damn. That is annoying, man. That is annoying. I know you've been having issues. I hope it gets figured out because I've been there where I had like 2 weeks where it just felt like it just did nothing but drop all the time. Homemade beef stroganoff? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. My wife makes a awesome beef stroganoff. It's one of my favorite meals. It's one of my favorites. The reason I say my wife makes is because I can't cook. I do if I have to. It's out of force. She can make good things. I can make edible things. I think that's a better way of putting it. Yeah. How much does the game cost? $19.99. Make a mean meatloaf? Hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with the meatloaf. Oh my word. Oh my word. It hurts. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Sam, Britt, welcome in. What's up, friends? All I can make is a microwave pizza? Pfft, it's food, ain't it? At a family Thanksgiving. Welcome in, Ace. Hope you have a good one, man. I know. All the food talk. All the food talk. Making steak and rice. Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Jocelyn? We have a food channel. Listen, in Discord, there's a food channel. If you're making good food and you're not posting it for us to see, I'm upset. Fix it. There's also a pet channel, which if you're not posting your pets, shame on you. Absolute shame. How many hours do I have? All of them. Every one of them. When in doubt, tacos. Hell yeah. How much in-game money do I have? Oh, I don't know. I never look at that. 39K. 39. Instant noodles? Instant noodles are amazing. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Okay. Oh, Springer, of course, dude. When I found out how to do it, I absolutely added it. Yeah, of course. They're not the best. They're not super accurate, but they're fine. Show you the tarot cards? Sure. They're over here. There you go. Mrs. Flash is doing well. She's been feeling a little bit on the nauseous side. Certain things are definitely striking her fancy a little more than others, but yeah, she's doing well. She's doing well. I mean, it's obviously for good reason. So, you know, but she's good. She's good. Preggers. Yeah. Yeah, we're not playing with viewers, Vladimir. What do all the cards mean? To give you a really quick, short burst of what they mean, the full card is nothing. It means any of these cards can turn into a full card and give you literally nothing. Wheel of Fortune can be red or green. If it's green, you get 25 sanity back. If it's red, you lose 25. Tower card, it ups interactions for 60 seconds, and apparently the amount of interactions that get increased depends on your sanity, and the lower your sanity, the less the increase is. This card feels useless now. It used to do an instant interaction. Yeah, they stopped that for some reason because the voodoo doll can still do an instant interaction. I don't understand. Devil card causes an event. Death card causes a hunt. The Hermit card locks the ghost in its room for 60 seconds. The Moon card drains all your sanity. The Sun gives you all your sanity back. High Priestess is an extra life, basically, where if you are dead, if a player is dead, they will come back to life. If nobody is dead, then the next person that dies can come back to life. And this is an instant death. Hanged Man. I have not had this in forever. First baby? No. We have 3 kids. No, this is not our child. No, my wife is being a surrogate. Yeah. But that's what all the cards mean. And then there's the trophies for whoever just asked. Yeah. It's been something that's been on our heart for quite a long time. Just we've had 3. We've been very lucky in that we've had 3 very, very straightforward, nothing crazy happen pregnancies and deliveries and all that jazz. And for a long time, she's been really thinking about wanting to be a surrogate. She's talked to people that have done it, people that have been recipients, like intended parents, people that have done it for others, and she's wanted to do it. It's just been, it takes a long time. The process is not just like, hey, can I do it? Yeah, sure, come on. You have to go through a lot of stuff. You have to go through a lot of health screenings. You have to go through psyches. Like I had to go through screenings. They had to take my blood and all that stuff. Make sure I'm not some crazy, whatever. Gotcha. No, but it went really well. We have met the intended parents and we are beyond excited. Yeah. You put the kids in the Discord. Let's go. Yeah. Surrogate. No, she's not a pregnant surgeon. She's a pregnant surrogate. What, a surgeon? No, surrogate. That'd be a really random thing. Yeah, she wants to be a surgeon, so she's pregnant. What? Excuse me? I mean, that's cool. I'm glad she wants to go to school and get educated, but what's that to do with being pregnant? No, Armadillo, you're fine. Listen, man, if that's her dream, she's a teacher. If that's her dream, that's fine. My wife's feeling quite unwell at the moment. She's a surgeon. Oh, that's funny. That's good. Oh, dude, Miss Red. Oh, it's so funny. I love it. Can you get a ghost without evidence? Yeah, I have a whole YouTube playlist of no evidence runs. Yeah. She is a teacher. Yeah. She's an elementary school teacher. 2nd grade. Oh my word, guys, it is past 4 o'clock, which means on Sundays everyone is still awake, which means it is family time. So usually I try to close shop close to 4 so I can hang with the fam. And then we have the work week and all that jazz. But I'm live tomorrow. and I have the weekly to do tomorrow. So more stuff and things. I have the low quality game to post. So the N64 graphics video will be posted soonish. Maybe tomorrow. I probably post it tomorrow. Yeah. But I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We will be live again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. EST. Appreciate all the follows and all the love today. You guys are amazing. Pablo, BB, Last Gamer, you guys are awesome. Thank you. But let's go find someone to raid, eh? Mr. Killiam, I hope you're doing well, man. How's everything going with school? I saw you, Mayor. Hi from Canada. Well, hello from the United States. All right. Switch over. Sure. ask a big question like that and then just raid out. Oh, I haven't raided yet, and I'm still listening, sir. How dare? I'm still listening. How dare you?
Welcome back.
UK, let's go.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
How dare you? Looking forward to watching you play the weekly. I don't remember what this weekly is. What is this weekly? Thank you, Ajax. Appreciate it, man. From Germany. Good night, Lucky. What is the weekly? Let's see. Hey, Mayor, I'm going to message you real fast, if that's okay. Just give me a sec. Bye-bye from the Netherlands. Meow, meow. Play now. Gonna get it. Oh, I appreciate you, Ajax. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. Look at Discord. There's a picture of the apple strudel. I will. I absolutely will. Mr. Kill, thank you for the 33 months. Maybe I'll message Mayor as well. Hey, listen. No, I had much confusion, and I'm glad that Mayor said something. Because I thought that somebody wasn't going to be on until later. But apparently, that is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Not for them, for me. Like an internal lie. Imagine Flash. Shut up, song. Hi, Vin. Vin, how were your games yesterday, dude? I was hanging out with the wifey, but I watched a little bit. I watched a little bit of the Lethals. I feel like you haven't played. It feels like you haven't played that in forever. A liar on the internet? What? Okay. Friendos. We are going to go visit. What is this? What is she playing? Oh, I think I've heard of this. Oh, I think I've heard of this. Somebody told me about this game. Oh, does the wife watch the streams? Sometimes. Your mod's giving you a lot of stink and it's great. I think you don't have the right kind of mods if they don't. Social deduction. Yeah, this has been out for a little bit, right? I think it has. No need to be mean about Tom not replying to DMs when he isn't here. It has been. Okay. I remember hearing about this. I just never had the chance to try it. Dude, these like social deduction, try to like lie, whatever games are so fun. They are so good. I'll have to watch her play this. Yeah. Van, we might have to try this. I'm going to watch Phoenix play it because that's where we're going. Friends. Sissy, thank you, friendo. If you're following, the first one's for you. If you're sub, the second one's for you. My little creepy tier 3s, we love you. That's for you. Which game she's playing? First Class Trouble, which is a social deduction game. Now, I don't know exactly how it works, but I remember hearing about it being out. You love it? Oh, I'll have to try it then. All right, well, I'll have to make a day. Yes. Today is Miss Phoenix's happy birthday. So if we want to make a birthday raid command, that would be lovely. That would be lovely because Phoenix is amazing. I think I'm playing in like 2 hours. Ooh. You guys have to let me know what you think of it. Break is literally playing right now while she's here. Jeez. Break is literally playing right now. Song, nobody else can do that one. Oh, that's for tier 3. Oh, okay. Lockdown Protocol is another one. Yes, we play that randomly too. It is a blast, man. I posted this on Blue Sky, but I was talking about how I've just been randomly picking up my Steam Deck and playing Disney Dreamlight. It's just a good game to randomly pick up where I don't necessarily feel like I have to make content necessarily. I can just play. And my wife and I have accepted the fact that we are those people, the Disney people. I'm okay with that. It gives the good feels, you know? It's so chaotic. Oh, man. It's what you're doing right now, dude. It's so fun. And the fact that, like, if she's working on stuff, but I don't necessarily want to be downstairs playing things, I can just sit right there and do it. Yeah. Look how many people play. Listen, if you guys have advice, go to my gaming channel in Discord and give me tips. Because I do my best. I'm still kind of new. Yeah. Someone on a Phasmophobia Facebook group told me you can do the lighthouse Easter egg with any tier UV. That is true. If you're struggling with a lower tier, try turning off the power and then holding the UV up to the light. I did some troubleshooting on that one. Yeah. Try that. Hubby and I are all into it too. Let's go. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Song. Thank you, guys. All right. So if you're a sub, there's a happy birthday command for you. We're going to go raid Mrs. Phoenix. Phoenix is one of the beloved mods that also gives us a hard time. But no, Phoenix is such a good friend. Phoenix is amazing. She streams. She does all the things. But she doesn't just play spooky games. She is another spooky / cozy streamer. So she does kind of everything, which is awesome. It's fun to have friends that do variety streams because then you get a taste of different games, which is super cool. But Phoenix is amazing. Phoenix is a homie. She's the one all the time that says, taking a wee. But it's her birthday and we're going to go say hi on her birthday. As for how long the stream is going to be, I don't know. Did she say how long she was streaming for? I don't know if she's doing like a super long stream or if it's just a normal one. I don't know. But she's amazing and you guys should follow her. Hi, Queen. You guys should follow her. She's amazing. And also make sure you guys are checking out the rest of Midnight Society. My Discord is here for whenever I change my schedule or post updates or YouTube videos or anything like that. And the rest of my socials are there. Like 6 more hours. Oh man, you guys have so much fun to be had. So much fun to be had. Friends, thank you for another amazing stream. You guys are amazing. I will see you tomorrow for the weekly. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do after that, but we'll figure it out. Peace. I appreciate you all. Much love. Bye.